Hey, welcome back to Métropole Grid. My name is Andrej. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's currently Thursday night. It is June the 5th, 2025. I trust you're doing well on this Thursday evening. My stomach feels really strange. It's just been bad. I got some ginger tea. We'll get through it together. But if I pass out, that will have nothing to do with that, actually. That'll just happen. How's everyone been? It's a Thursday. We had a great stream on Tuesday playing some Bangun. People seem to be happy with it. And by happy with, I mean upset with the identity, but happy with how it worked out. So, hey, Roshni, my stomach feels sus too. Do you have your ginger tea? Because I know I have mine. It just hasn't been good. I've been recording mostly today. Last night I did some recording too. I feel like burning out a bit. Some Netrunner struggles last night. I guess Diogen, I can talk a bit about it. Diogen's in the chat. Diogen, how you doing? Lovely Jazz. Zargon, how's it going? Glad you like that one. That's Out of Flux by Sunny Dance. Hopefully you're well. Hey, Jessica. Tom said, hey, Tom. I know Aurora has been playing around with Virtuoso Ryu. She decently did well at Canberra Mega City. Almost made the cut. Hey, Diogen. Recently I made Ryu Virtuoso work, but it went bust. I tried to make it work back to the board. So I guess I can show this. I played last night. I did some recording, and I don't have much to show for it. I don't think it worked out well, but I'm getting baited into chats to talk about Virtuoso Ryu, and also show first the list that I think I saw these two cards come together first with, which was from Canberra. So we search Virtuoso, and then we find Ryu decks. And so Aurora Meadows has posted two lists. One of them was played at the Australian capital, the mega city at Canberra, which we're going to be playing a deck list a week from it. And it's a cool idea because Ryu, she has 17 influence. That's nice. So you can kind of do whatever you want. You can play Détente, you can play Virtuoso. And Phoenix's ability is like kind of sick because it removes cards from HQ. So it feels like you should have some HQ multi-axis, because if you run HQ, if a subroutine fires, the corporation has to discard a card, and then they'll have 4 cards in hand. So if you see 2 cards with like Docklands Pass, for instance, that's half the hand. That's actually really kind of neat. And so why not keep pushing it and playing Virtuoso? And so Virtuoso is a console that sees almost no play. It has 4 influence, it turns out. That's not going to help it. It only gives you 1 MU, which is a bummer. But this is the first time each turn you make a successful run on your mark, and you won't have a mark, so you have to wait for next turn. If that server's HQ, you access an additional card, so you pay a lot of credits for Docklands Pass. That's great. Otherwise, if it's Archives or R&D, after you breach that server, then you breach HQ. So the idea is if we run Archives, let a subroutine fire, they discard a card, then you access from a card from HQ, maybe 2, and it seems like it should work really well together. This list, of course, it's on 3 copies of Banhar, and I feel like every time I play Phoenix, if I don't open with a Banhar, the game is pretty miserable, and then just plays like a Reg Anarch stuff. It has a tunnel vision, which is kind of cute. I think that's one of the issues, is all the Phoenix decks, if I'm not playing Matryoshka, I just play Botchus and Banhar and hope it's enough. And then somebody puts like a Tattoo Bola or a small ice in front of a big ice, and I'm totally locked out. So this is 3 influence. It means you're breaking subroutines, so you don't get everything, but it does allow you to Virtuoso, which is kind of cute. And we actually have real Breaker Suite, which I'm totally surprised, because I don't think this deck can afford to install a Noom and then spend, you know, how much is it to break your first drafter? 8 credits? Like, I just can't do it, so I don't want to do it, so I don't. Anyways, parts of this kind of made sense to me, and I wanted to give it a shot, and Diogen's working on a list too, and so this is one of the lists I tried. I think things that worked out, Enga's really fun. Enga's just like a really cool Phoenix card, because if you want to run anyways, whether it's your mark or not, they have to discard a card to Enga, which is Sabotage, and then discard a card from HQ, so Sabotage lines up. I honestly think that this was the worst card in the deck, as in, if your opponent had a game plan, this was the least useful card in your hand, but if your opponent didn't have a game plan and flooded up, this felt really good, and it was cheap to get down as much as is unique, and then you got 3 Sabotage while probably getting 4 or 5 different other card trashes, so 5 trashes together over your 3 runs maybe with Phoenix. I played Stargate because I want some pressure. I cut the Gourmands relatively quickly, and I ran into some weird problems with this deck, where if your opponent didn't draw agendas, you do nothing, and that shouldn't be a surprise. But there's actually some weird synergy that I was surprised to see between Virtuoso and Docklands Pass and Phoenix, which is if your opponent has no cards in hand, which they usually don't because you're endguying and you're virtuosoing and doing all this sort of stuff, your ability doesn't do anything. And I ran into a bunch of situations where the corporation had 0 cards in hand. So every turn they would just install a card that they drew, and then Virtuoso was entirely blank. Enga still does something because they have the Sabotage, but Docklands Pass didn't do anything, and Phoenix just gave you a credit. It was weird that building too much into it actually made the deck worse, but I also do think I was playing the deck too aggressively, and I do think I need to slow down a bit in the modern meta. I don't think it serves you to be as aggressive as I should, or as I thought I was, so I think you have to play a bit slower. But it was kind of weird. It also gave you weird situations where if you fire, you know, you're going to have to fire Phoenix first before you access cards, so corporations were using it to discard their agendas, and if you can't run Archives on that turn because Banhar is on HQ or wherever the mark is, the agenda is safe, and then next turn, hopefully they can deal with it. Like, it was really clumsy, and actually giving them away to Phoenix away the agendas from hand so that that HQ pressure didn't connect. Parts of it made no sense. I was actually surprised how synergistic parts of this sound, but then in my experience, it was just, if they flooded, you could get a lot of pressure off. If they didn't flood, it was kind of miserable. It kind of felt like detente, where it was like, it's only really good if they draw bad. Otherwise, it doesn't seem like actively it's helping you. It was neat because Virtuoso was fun and the parts seemed like they should work together. But from my limited experience, I recorded 3 hours, not 3 hours, but 3 games, and none of it was actually worth showing. Virtuoso is my favorite mark card. I'd love to catch it on, but can't see it. Yeah, I can't see it either. I think this card is, there's a bunch of things going against it. If this card was 2 MU, it would be kind of hype. If it was cheaper, if it wasn't the console slot, like, it's just really, really hard. The criminal consoles that see play are just so damn good. And then we have things like Detente and Virtuoso, which I'm pretty sure we'll just see no competitive play. So, hey, Tron, you can show a chat if you want, since it's mainly talking there. I don't have a real big way to show that, and it's a lot of messages, so it's unfortunate. It's 9. I swear I started this Marvel campaign an hour ago, not 3. Jello, what are you playing? How's it going, Joel? I've been recording some Marvel Champion stuff today, and the recording, I don't want to tell you how long it took, but we finally did the thing that we've been trying to do. It took us like 8 different attempts, and oh my god, do I feel good. But my stomach feels bad for it. Hey, Gyro, how you doing? While we're talking about intro music, do you know the name of the song before the final jazz song? If I go back, I think that was Air in Panamas by Kick Tracks, but I'm not sure if I go back, Roshni, whether it is deterministic or whether it shuffles backwards. I'm pretty sure it doesn't shuffle backwards. It looks like it doesn't, so that might be it. Yeah, anyways, I was disappointed with this. It did not do anything that cool. It just felt like Banhar the deck. And then the extra pressure only worked if your opponent flooded. And if your opponent could place their ice well, the deck didn't do anything, so you need breakers. It wasn't very good. I would not recommend it. Yeah, I just don't have much to say about it. That's okay, we'll play the decks of the week. I'm glad I played Virtuoso for a bit in 2025. Hopefully we'll revisit. Playing through Next Evolution as Nightcrawler. Ooh. Nightcrawler, A tier, just the most fun. I don't know what aspect you're playing. Next Evolution, kind of mixed, honestly. I feel like the last 2 scenarios are not great. I think actually a lot of the scenarios in Next Evolution I don't care about. I think only Juggernaut's cool. I think the Strife is like the final scenario that I never want to play because it's not that great. Hey, Haver, yes, more AU Co. This is your list. Congratulations on winning a mega city. This list I'm excited to play. I do want to have a little tangent because last night when I was playing games, I think a problem that I'm running into is the modern meta. Like, after running into some games, I had to like slow down and think about this. The modern meta is making me not excited to experiment on the runner side. I think that's what I'm learning. And I do think that actually colors a bit of my journey about this whole like Phoenix Virtuoso thing. Is like, this seems like it'd be really fun and really goofy, and you can convince yourself to see a lot of cards and be disruptive and be a bit of a gremlin. But at the end of the day, the fact that you have to play against Nebulas, that if you can't run through a Messna Chesvo on turn 1, they false lead fast advance for 1 credit, and then the whole game is messed up. Like, I just feel right now that there's so many things on the corp side that are incredibly powerful that if you're not playing a tier 1 runner deck, you have a non-game situation that feels really bad. I feel like I haven't felt this in a while, but like playing against Nebula, if I'm not playing, and this is why I'm just like reverting to, I guess I'm going to play Sable, it is so frustrating. Where, oh, you don't run turn 1, they score out a false lead, now the whole game's messed up, you can't run through fun houses every turn. I do not understand Nebula. If I'm playing a tier 1 deck against it, I get it. It's kind of fun. Maybe this is just a JNet casual problem because anybody can do anything there, and that's the point. But the meta with things like this and things like Nebula, it is really difficult to like have fun and do weird deck building against the stuff that people want to play. It's hard. I'm playing the precon. It's rough. I just defeated Juggernaut. The precon for Nightcrawler doesn't have enough damage. You have to be very, very sparing, and I guess there's no recursion in the deck, but you need to land every single 8 damage drop because that deck has no damage in it last time I played it. Hey, Cactus, was disappointed in the last Arkham Horror LCG release, Drowned City, poorly tested /QA. I'm only 4 scenarios in. There's definitely some very frustrating lack of QA and polish. There's a single scenario that if you're not playing with the app, no one will tell you that this card is meant to have text that says you cannot enter it, which is such a massive thing to not get right. There is a bunch of like strange like inconsistencies on how they're using language. I feels like the quality is not what it used to be. And I don't know if I'm just getting older and more like curmudgeonly about it, but I felt that so far. I'm playing it solo as much as I'm playing it also with my partner and my brother-in-law. And playing it solo, I'm actually kind of like, I just understand that it feels more like a dungeon crawl than it feels like a narrative. I feel like the narrative doesn't exist in this campaign. I think they swung back so far from the too much narrative of Scarlet Keys criticism. And now it's just a bunch of like, oh, here you're in an abstract space. Here's a cool scenario that revolves around a moving platform. And I've enjoyed it. I've been enjoying it with my partner too, and my brother-in-law, but it's, I don't know. I want to play it more because it feels like it focuses way more on mechanics. So yeah, it's weird. Hey, Condi, how's it going? Sup, humans? Eric, how are you doing? How's the week? Red Sands moment? It's different than Red Sands. Well, okay, it's kind of Red Sands, but also different than Red Sands because I think like they have good ideas. It's just like, I don't know. I don't understand how this came across. Does Scarlet Keys have a lot of narrative? Hey, Cror. Scarlet Keys has this issue where you can sit down for your play group and think you have, 3 hours on an evening to play through an Arkham horror scenario and then progress your campaign. And you end up reading from a book for about an hour and a half straight. And then you realize you cannot start a scenario because an hour and a half has passed. It is very strange. Scarlet Key specifically is an open world map. So you start somewhere on a map and you can choose your path. And every place you go is either a scenario or a bunch of reading. And so if you just take a path, which is a bunch of reading, next location is a bunch of reading, next location is a bunch of reading, enjoy an evening of reading. It's rough. A lot of people bounced off of that. It's the most divisive box by a mile, both in terms of structure, the narrative, and even like the campaign. Well, the campaign structure is something else. What we do today, Kundi, we're going to be playing the deck list of the week, and then we're going to be picking up a Nuvem list. I've heard Nuvem is pretty good. I want to try Jai's list for sure. Measured response looks good. Nuvem just gets money, so that might actually be a better topic for a Tuesday stream, but I think we're going to do it for sure. Scarlet Key significantly soured me on Arkham after my campaigns. Hemlock was pretty cool. Haven't decided if getting the new set, but hey, very little narrative honestly sounds cool to me. I think it's too little. Like, I think I actually appreciated the amount of narrative in The Edge of the Earth. I appreciate the amount of narrative in TFA, The Forgotten Age, in Innsmouth, as much as I didn't like the non-linear structure, at least what it did to upgrading your deck. But this is like no narrative. Like scenario 1, Arkham scenario 2, suddenly you're in like outer space functionally. And it's like 3 paragraphs of reading before you're there. It's really weird. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm excited to see the rest of the campaign though. All right, this is Haverfun's list. This is an OCO deck. It's like mid-glacier, I think is what the write-up says. So we're up to 11 ice. I think that's what I want to see. I actually like ice a lot in AUCO. Obviously, we have powerful assets, but forcing people to get through ice is actually kind of difficult and is another problem they have to deal with. Sisenton exists, and that's really hard if you're playing a Banhar list, understanding that if this fires, not only can there be up to 6 net damage, but because there are different instances of damage, that's a lot of AUCO counters, so that's rough. We have money. We have a lot more money than we think we do. Bladderwort might not be perfect in a lot of board states because we have Hanseis and petty caches, and those are really expensive and give us a lot of money really quickly because we are a Holomin deck. And so we can use Holomin to score out agendas. We can actually use to fast events or Genesises because no cards have entered the bin if we don't AUCO, and that is expensive. So I'm hoping or assuming we're going to use our Hansei review credits to score the Holomin, which will turn on Bladderwort again. 113 agendas, of course, we have Fuji's. We have all, it's like every AUCO deck is the same. Honestly, like this 17 assets, some are non-hostile, so maybe the same 15 assets start. And so we're just playing those 15 assets and nothing else on top of it, too shiny. Hostiles are obviously very good. It's another way to duck if you have too much money for Bladderwort. And then we have our Genesis, which is a big thing you have to watch out for. We have the hybrid releases. I'm surprised to see 3 of these. They're kind of small and cool, and they can do some cool stuff with AUCO where you score this out, get a card you trashed with AUCO onto the table, and of course FUT can do some damage. We also want agendas because of Moonpool to some extent, and then of course scoring a big old Regenesis into a Fuji is massive. So we'll see how this plays out. I think that seems pretty good. The campaign is essentially a D&D mega dungeon. Yeah, that's how it feels. How's it going by Power Guides? It's just like, here's a dungeon, here's another dungeon, here's another dungeon, and they're all very feel separate. I don't know. It kind of feels more like Gloomhaven, where it's just like, here's a bunch of different rooms. They're technically connected, I guess. Let's pull this in. Oh, actually, we can do it like this. Join Netrunner, but haven't got to play much. Cantus Tropus, welcome to the stream. Apologies if you can't get some games in. Maybe watching a stream won't help, but you can always hop onto JNet. You ice like 2-3 servers and then chuck the rest into each central more or less, depending on what runner you're against. I know the write-up has like a really good section talking about each faction, which I like. There's also that AUCO record identity. That is pretty sick. The write-up is good. Just so you know how important your Champions content is, I've gotten me to try and watch your Netrunner stream again, despite not knowing anything about the last 2 releases. Hey, Shemendrix, glad you're liking it. We had someone join Patreon that was just what says here for the crash space, which I thought was really funny, but I'm glad you've been enjoying it. How do you asset spam with ice though? I can't make 10 million remote servers with ice. Silly. You want to have asset ice. Just do 1 ice on most servers, 2 ice for your scoring server if you need to. You just put things on the table. I float in and out. I don't really follow the releases. That's okay. It's almost always like, I feel, oh, I'm logged into my Smurf. Okay, you can know, try Leon. That's me. I'm a Smurf sometimes. I'll log out of that. That's not embarrassing. But sometimes I do log in and play Netrunner games. Not with the A Maverick handle, just so I can like grind games quickly. I think that Smurf was revealed at some point. Stream to sleep too. Hey, Meteor. Get some good sleep. Record. Cool. Zargon's in chat. Oh, we didn't import into the right deck builder. Busted. I don't mind. Right? Like, I like having the experience where I don't log in with my handle. It's not because I think smurfing is cool, but it's because I experience Netrunner in a different way. If people know who I am, they play differently. They, you know, sometimes you get curmudgeonly people that are not aware. They act different. It's kind of neat. Hey. So, Mercury. Mercury's probably going to send it. This is a failed pass deck. Wow. Thanks, you too. So I'm assuming we're going to send essentials. This deck actually has more ice, and I think that's one of the issues with trying to play modern Baz is there's a bunch of corp decks that have 6 ice, like some of the AU Co decks did immediately at the beginning. Mercury's definitely going to send it. We don't have any bites, but accessing like snares and Fujis can be pretty dangerous. An enemy on central makes that Mercury a bit more difficult. We do have a fair few end the runs, so if Mercury is not on banner, it's going to be a bit more tricky. Maintenance access will just happen at some point. I don't think I like this hand. When did they make text for the corpse? D, how's it going? I don't know. Is this new? D, I'm so excited you're not watching with like some sort of arbitrary chat delay, but I also wanted to do that. You should have called in last week where we're talking about, you know, joke. Send is a very good answer to AU Co. Yeah, it can be, especially because we're not playing bite. Both players take the mulligan and we're off. I don't think there's going to be a lot of asset tech. So leaving HQ open, the worst thing is a transfer of wealth, but some Merc decks don't play transfer. Bladderwort on the table is totally fine. I'll get that behind a Semaximon. We could put an enemy on HQ and just cohort on the table. If we lose the hybrid, I don't think we're too upset about it. We don't have a early, what's his face, Fut. I think the only person who tries to say Batasita correct, and I'm not saying it correct, is Eric Hayden. So I need to kind of channel that energy. I don't think I learned how to say Batista anywhere near right. Bautosita? That ain't it. We'll just do that. I'm from Yu-Gi-Oh! We need to do genuine research on a deck to have any way of understanding it. Repeat for every meta deck. More shared cards makes Netrunner a little easier. Oh, it's so much easier. I think the gameplay is harder because the amount of different things you can do on a given turn is probably a lot bigger than Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my guess. I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Is more combo-centric, so knowing what's in your deck is important. 2 cards on R&D. Double Fuji, they survive. Oh, we can't duck the Bladderwort. I keep doing this. We definitely should have got the cohort on the table because we can't duck the Bladderwort. Steal an early Sting, that's good. Amelia, okay. 3 credit run. It's okay, Eric can hold the LM virus. All right, so we can res this. I guess we will. This is an Amelia deck. I don't think we mind with a Bladderwort, so the order doesn't matter. We have a Hostile, that's pretty good. This only protects installed cards, though. So I think we'll draw once. Okay, glad we have that. We can't really ice up R&D here. So we could drop a Hostile that ducks our money. I think we'd rather put a cohort down. They have the money to contest it. Red team is really good against asset decks. They don't ice up centrals really easily. I'll draw once more. Okay. This could be a non-game. Oh, now we have to put the Hostile on the table or the Moon Pool. If we do the Moon Pool, they could run archives. We could feed them. It's only 2 damage, but we could feed them. I think if they trash this, we're like kind of upset, but a Hostile we can't really afford to run to res. That's fine. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks are very deterministic. There might be a lot of steps in the combo, but usually you're doing the same lines every time. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! At some point I got tired of people not resing ice against the Baz version of the deck. I mean, get your Penny Shaver down, your Hermes, and you're happy, right? Okay, cool. Knick-Knack Class Act. This is on the first run, so you can't choose. So that is 4 credits on a card, which is pretty nice. Okay, C2, Mercury has fired twice, which has been good. Netrunner has more interactions and decision making, much more. You can give two people the same hand and they'll play it differently, which that makes it more, obviously, intimidating. Sokka's playing Knick-Knack as on stream? Yeah, no, I saw. I think he published the list. I think even one of his opponents, I think Thanos was also playing a Knick-Knack criminal deck. I know we tried it in As. We didn't have enough time to refine the deck, but it was like, it felt fine. I'm not convinced As is the best one to play it. Open market's nice too. You can get rid of the last credit on this. Sell it for 2. I'm pretty sure Zargon will keep the red team around to Knick-Knack in next turn, which is, it's 2 credits in a card. I think it feels better than it is because you get 5. Only played Netrunner in like 2 games of Magic. I think I've played maybe a dozen games of Magic. Okay, unfortunately we have to res this. Bladderwort or fire, and then we can fire Oko. So Bladderwort first, we hit a Tranquilizer, fine. Top 3, Hansei, Anemone, Tatubola. I'm happy with not the Hansei. So Ice on R&D, Ice on Archive shuts up the red team. We don't have a lot of money to res this ice, that's the issue. But R&D is clearly where it's at. I think we need the cohort working. I'm hoping they're ignoring it, but with this Knick-Knack, they probably should run the remote. I think we click for a credit here. Do we want to discard a card? Not really. I guess we have to res the Tatubola. This could be a tithe threat, but that's not very good. So they could run HQ into an enemy. We can't moonpool our hand, so I guess they could just steal 4 points this turn if they're feeling comfortable. I guess we'll threaten this. Moonpool seems really important with this hand. I'm going to get rid of the end the run. Yikes. I think we can lose to this. We can lose this pretty badly. I don't think we're drawing anywhere good enough. We needed the Bladderwort to fire on turn 1. Okay. They got rid of that. They're totally chunking forward with credits. Pitching Fuji seems hard to red team. Yeah, I don't want to throw out an agenda now until we have Moonpool. So we just need 1 more credit. Hopefully Cohort does something, because that will be Bladderwort Cohort, so we'll get 2 Oko counters and draw like 5 cards. 4 cards. But we're happy to throw it out to Cohort if we can afford the Moonpool, which we should be able to afford. Throwing out a Petty Cash would also be pretty hype. We're on 2 credits. Like, they can face check into anything. The only damage they have to play around is Tithe. We can't res an enemy. They should be trashing the table. Yeah, I think Hostile Architecture has this aura that a lot of people are like, I'm good. And it's like, no, you should. Especially if you can double trash. So you can trash this, trash that. Checking the cohort's really bad for us too. But when you're playing Mercury, sometimes you just say, I don't care what the table is. And then you send it centrals, which like also that's going to work out. I don't think there's a good line here for us. I think there's so many lines they can take that are all bad for us. We'll see if they find it there. How do you beat Hostile Architecture? Oh, you just trash it. It just costs 4 and 2 cards. The worst thing you can do is trash multiple cards. Yeah, this is fine. So like now they need to trash the Hostile because if they just trash this, they have to take the damage. And this is only the first time. So they need to trash both of these. We're not resing this. Copulation, yeah, that also works. They lost Hermes and Mary. That's good. You see, this is what they should do. The order doesn't really matter. So we're going to be on 2 credits. We'll cohort. I think we have to get rid of the Fuji. Yep. Hansei, Tithe, Saisentan. Huh. 1 card hand seems rough. Yeah. I don't think we can punish it unless we draw a Sting. If we top deck a Sting, we do win. We're short credits, though. We're actually short a credit for top decking a Sting. So Moonpool has to go on the table. I think we can put Regenesis in. There's no shot that they don't red team Archives, though. That's good. That order makes sense since they can scout the enemy first. Oh, we didn't have money to res it, though, Alex. How's it going? We were on 2 credits. So I think we just do install. Ugh. We have too many cards in hand. So we need them able to res the Moonpool because we threw at the Fuji. So we'll put that on the table. The water isn't real. Wait, we're not on it, are we? No, we're not. That would have been sick. We actually could have got lethal. No, when the discard phase ends. Okay, good. We'll get this on the table. I think we just click for credit and throw out a card. I like Tithe against Mercury, but they probably won't break it. So we will res the FUT. That makes Archives harder to run, so we don't have to fire the Moonpool. So I think we get rid of the Tithe, and we'll res the FUT. Sorry, I'll res that. Counter P1. So we meant to res that before we discard. It's fine. They do that at Fuji. Yeah, if they just run archives, they die. Well, they'll be on 2 cards, but this is 4 damage. So getting a protected Fut's really good. Smack someone, they can bypass. Melandra Gem doesn't care because they didn't do the subroutine. Hey, Thanos, I wonder if the runner played Hero Quest at some point. Okay, so we can probably just score out a hybrid release. I think that's pretty good for us. We can get a Tithe back on the table, which is cute. That'll do some damage. We'll cohort the Hansei, I think. Or we can cohort the Regenesis on the table. I don't think they'll run it, but I don't think we have to risk it. All right, so I think we do install advance, take some cards out of hand. Sargon's the name of the Dungeon Master for Hero Quest. This leaves us on 3. We also could get the Holoman on the table, but I think we want to score this because it gives us an OCO counter. So we'll do new remote, advance, score. We'll do Fut first to get some information. We'll do 2 net damage. So we hit, nice, a window and a Sassy. That's cool. And so we can add a face down card and install it. So it'll be one of these. I think a Tithe on Archives is actually pretty good. They can still check it, but this makes it harder for them to flush this out. And once we have enough money, we can do Holoman into Fuji, which is in the bin. It might have been better to ice up the cohort, I'll be honest, but their money, it's not that good if they can't run centrals. With 3 credits, though, we can res one of these ice. We also sneak a Regenesis on the table. Oh, wait, with Moonpool, we might be able to... We just can't OCO, which is ugly. Or cohort. With the Moonpool, we do install, advance. Oh, we can Regenesis Fuji next turn. Oh, we're short 2 credits. And so if we fire cohort or FUT, we can't. So next turn. Because Moonpool is res for 3. We install Regenesis, we advance Regenesis, and then we... Oh, we trash the Fuji, never mind. You can't with Moonpool, it's a bit harder. You want another face down Fuji? Yeah, for sure, because then it enters the bin. So this is 3 credits. If we res this, we bottom out. If they destroy the FUD, it's like probably not the worst thing for us, I'll be honest. I think we just let this go down. This just keeps them busy, which is good. Yeah, you can't Moonpool Regenesis. I figured that out. If we discard the card, we discarded the card. That doesn't work. All right, I'm okay with this. Either though, the problem is we res the Tithe or we have to Moonpool back in. I think we can't give them a Fuji because then we lose to 1 good HQ run. They also go 0 credits to trash it. Yeah, they're going to try to get the money back. If we res the Tithe, they can always panic Melandra Gem that. But I think we have to just do the Moonpool. Do we want to put this Fuji back in R&D? Yeah, kind of. No. We can advance anything, right? It doesn't care. On an installed card, okay. Dump Fuji? Oh my god, we'd win. Yeah, you're right. They die. Wait, I messed this up. No, they went to 7. Yeah, no, they hit 7 because it doesn't fire. Yeah, no, they're on 1 point. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, the last damage on the Fuji, they win before it because it's not an additional cost. So we're going to do the same thing suspiciously. We'll dump nothing. There, we wanted to advance that card. Cool. Yeah, I should have considered that. It's always like a really frightening thing that you realize they can send you stuff. If we had a Sting there, we had a game. If our hand had a Sting, that was a lethal line. Because the Sting does... Actually, no. The Sting only does 1 damage, right? Yeah, 1 damage. Shouldn't you dump a card for OCO? I don't think so. We already have OCO. Cat, I'm doing okay. Stomach's a bit weird. How you doing? How's the new work? All right, this is going to go through, so we could have got rid of the Fuji here. We're not going to. Holoman, okay, they can trash that. They get the money first on red team, which is sick. Regenesis, okay, that's bad. You can return another card that isn't agenda. Yeah, we could return a face down card. You're right. Oh my god, yeah, we could have returned a face down card. Loving the new gig. Glad to hear. Yeah, we messed that up. There's one thing they should do on this table. Look at us having no board state. All right. Samak Samoon, Bladderwort, Spin Doctor. I think we'll throw out the Samak. We definitely want the Bladderwort behind the Samak. The problem is we can't res anything. We're just hoping that their money doesn't stay up. So we can do install Bladderwort, install Spin Doctor, credit. I mean, we just got to keep them busy, I guess. What does Advancing Tattoo Bola do? Nothing. Literally nothing. But it does confuse them. That's worth something. It makes them more likely to want to Hermes bounce this card, which I'm okay with that. Nobody reses ice in your look. That's true. Is Telegraph's Ward pretty hard? Yeah, I know, but putting 3 cards on the table with no credits doesn't do anything, so imagine if I was playing Baz. Nothing for nothing. I'm with you on that. Employment. Yeah, we definitely could have returned another card. This doesn't feel good. So resing stuff doesn't really matter for the Melandra Gem. All our ice is sub 3 strength. Hey Jai, how's it going? We're gonna play some Nuvem later today. So far I'm really struggling with this. We're getting totally run down. They emptied 2 red teams into us. We really need a petty cash like a year ago. Do we pre-Spin Doctor? I think we do res Spin Doctor early. The problem is with petty cash, we can't even play it. We need 3 credits on click 1. Probably shouldn't have thrown out that Hansei, huh? Threatening to res ice would be pretty good. The game's entirely here in R&D. We did see a pretty Mary, so like that might be part of their win condition. They're complaining about resing in ice, like holding the saucies and windows feels pretty bad. Okay, they're going for a double here. There's no way that they lose to this. That's bad. That's really bad. Good game. We could have res with Spin Doctor first. We were going to anyways. It probably was correct. Yeah, I feel like we might have delivered a good old non-game here. That feels bad. That feels really bad. We'd rather have the agendas in R&D or in our hand. I'm okay holding the hybrid release. It just doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. This is awful. I don't feel good. I don't feel like I'm in control. I don't feel like I'm making decisions. Probably botched this pretty bad. Oh, Stone Chip, we're cooked. Okay, we have to res this here. If they Melandra Gem it, they still bypass it so we can get the swap, which is important. They probably should just bounce off of this so we don't have money. But Mercury wants to see cards. Buff AU Co? Yeah. Yeah, cool. Now we don't have money. That's okay. I feel like we like straight lost to red team. Like red team was really good. That was just a lot of money. They emptied 2 red teams. I don't know. That's a lot of money on a single card. You don't often see that. Cool, we lose a Bladderwort. That's fine. We're just keeping them busy. Yeah, Laura AU Co is like really snowbally, right? If you don't deal with the cohort, you don't deal with the Bladderwort, they don't get counters and then they don't do that much. So like it feels really bad when you're not pressuring or you are a bit too scared of their stuff, but you can kind of run it. I think that's what I heard, that earlier testing of AU Co felt kind of like this, where it did not fly forward if people were dealing with the table. Lost to red team, not a sentence I was expecting to unironically hear in 2015. It was like red team, obviously plus knickknack, so not too bad. All right, install click for 2 puts us on 3. Resing a Samak to get Melandra Gemmed. Like we have to do it at some point. But we have 19 cards left in R&D and we have so much work to do. That's Baz, I guess. Like I don't know what to do here. We don't have a play. We haven't saw petty cash. We saw 1 Hansei. Considering that card didn't exist in 2015. Okay, we're being a bit technical. Woof. So we can knock out some cards from hand. I don't think we want to do that. Resing an enemy will do 2 damage. That doesn't really change the axis here. I don't want to go down to 0 credits. I'm not going to do it. It's a, what is it? 40% we lose? Left on red team. Spin. Holloman, okay. Trashing neither. We are windmilling into our 0 credit taxing remote. Yep. The thing is the cards cost money. That's the trick. Hey, Winjun, can you knick-knack the red team while using the red team click ability? You can, but there's no money to take. Because it says from this resource. So if it's gone, you don't get the money because the resource is gone. But you can do the button. How you doing, Winjun? All right, we tax them out 2 credits and a click. Should we tax them out a Melandragem tank counter? They have Stone Chip too. It's like not what we can flatline them. I think here we just need to draw into our petty cash. How much does it cost to score this out? 7 credits. That's hard. That's very difficult. That's fine. Vital for no basing actions deck. From this resource, okay, we only need knick-knack Hannah's now. You're allowed to do with Hannah, right? Well, the idea is like also if you trash, if you make a run with a Stargate and you knick-knack the Stargate still fires from my understanding. Busy packing, finally relocating. Stressful? Or are you sitting down somewhere? Or are you happy to settle down somewhere? Relevant for Julie. Yeah, I guess so. Again, to res and fire this, it's 4 plus 2, so it's 6. Then we have to get an advancement, so it's 7. There's a reprise getting thrown out. Perfect. I think we just click 3, throw out the Regenesis. No, we score the Regenesis. We throw out the hybrid release. Or we hybrid release for the Fuji. This cost us 4, 5, 6, 7. If we have 7 credits, we can be on game point. I feel like that's a good place to be. God, I hate what we've become. I'll put the hybrid in the bin. There's a small chance Sting does something. I've also found my new locals from your stream last week. I don't know what that means. Wait, John? If you sandwich it back, you can do it a second time in 1 turn. Yeah, I have double Stargated before. Elevation gaming? I wouldn't say that. I'm just like not doing anything. There are 5 econ operations on our bottom 17 cards. I saw Condi looking for players from the indie area in the chat while catching up on your VOD. Oh, sick. Very cool. Should be the same for the resource that lets you run archives and more to R&D, I'm sure. Jaina doesn't do that for some reason. Oh, interesting. Okay, this is fine. This is fine, Amelia. I'm not stressed about it, Amelia. We are going to have no money in a second. So we can't play this. So let's go. Server 1. Res, 4 credits. Advance, score. Oops, game point. I'll probably open up HQ, I imagine. It actually might be better to throw out the Sting, but we already have 2 agendas. Oh no, we should have thrown out the Sting 100%. Sorry. Mind if I bin something else? Is every corporate played against, I fear? You need to respect Regenesis. Can I fix this? I can. Cool, thanks. I thought we'd be able to discard his still, but no, I want to have it in archives. I think. We only have 2 more hybrids. That might have been wrong. Yeah, we're on 5. We do have a longevity, so if we have 6 credits, we can score with the longevity on Holoman. We'll res the tithe to 0. I don't care. Even with their Genesis respect, where's our money? Well, that they installed an Amelia. This is what we should do. All our money is invested into the Tattoo Bola. Let's see if they Melandragem this. I'd be very happy if they did. Yeah, this is not going to be easy. Indie session counting down. Yo, let's go. So they bypass. We have to spin. We'll put back in hybrid and Sting so we don't lose. They run through the Tattoo Bola. We get enough money to petty cash, which is a start, I guess. If we kept the Sting, we don't win. Holoman. There's one on the table. Renarcos is surprisingly simple but effective OCO advice. I know, it's really good. Like losing to Regenesis, and it feels like half the OCO decks are not letting Regenesis is like D's wasn't. But it is the one way you lose. That is a lot of points. I don't think they're on transfer. Amelia, I'm not sure if we have to be scared about. I think they really need Pretty Mary for Amelia to do something. But going through Tattoo Bulla is maybe a disaster for them. It's hard to tell. Tranquilizer on the Tattoo Bulla. Very funny. Cool. We have a foot. I'll put foot on the table. I don't care. Actually, maybe we don't, just so we can get petty cash. The funny thing is if we throw out the petty cash, they won't know that we're not on petty cash. And then next turn, if we top deck an agenda, we can do petty cash to 5, jam agenda 4-5. So we top deck exactly 1 longevity. Throwing out the petty cash is like perfect. Now, is this bad into transfer of wealth? Yeah, it's really bad into transfer of wealth, but I don't think they're on transfer of wealth. Maybe we're supposed to move a holo to R&D? I could see that, but they... Yeah, maybe actually. Yeah, maybe we do. That might be right. That's a cool line. Yeah, we could have kept this, but I think on 3 credits, they don't have to respect the holoman. This is where like discarding the petty cash is pretty cool. Franz Sophia Ward. But why? Oh, to get the credits off of the open market. Okay. They complain about nobody resing ice, and this is what their deck is. Saucy, like, D-res. So, I mean, sure. Feels bad. This goes to sleep next turn. We have to re-res it for 3. We'll be credit negative, but at least Mercury won't fire. I believe in our win. It's 1 in 17. It's not good odds, but there's odds. Scrounge? What are they getting back? A Saucy? Oh, sick. So we should just destroy this. Are they going to window this? They have no clicks left. 1 in 17, we top deck and win. Holy shit. How do we do it? How do we do it? Are you kidding me? How does he do it? Good game. What? That... Yo, JNet. Thank you. Sick. Okay, that's why we threw that thing out, to perfectly top deck the longevity, be on 5 credits. They thought we couldn't haul them in because we had a secret petty cash. Okay, I'm glad that game was going well for a bit there. I figured we were playing the top deck game. Yeah, not great for me. I needed to hide the petty cash there. Holy. Streamer luck? I think JNet knows. I think in JNet, they log into the streamer accounts and they're like, let's make this game fun. And the NSG like dials it up. To the game. Okay, we played to our outs. I'm just going to say that. We saw 1 out and we held on to it dearly. JNet could send Aldridge despair and delivered onto him a win. Oh my God. From first NSG website, now JNet. I don't know. What do you think of Mercury Baz? I imagine if I rezzed more than 2 ice, it'd be a bit annoying. It'd be annoying. Yeah, the problem is it doesn't feel like most decks ice is like, I don't know what you do with it. Amelia seems like such a card that I don't think you need to play. It seems like if you're already winning to the point where Amelia does something, you do not need to dunk on them. But we res 2 ice. Well, thanks for the game. Thanks for the game. All right, I'm not gonna play this one again. I'm not doing a good job at it. I want to go play some Nuvem and get salty in a different way. But that was absurd. That was perfect. I think you're tagged. Yeah, let's go. Welcome to Luxat Grid. My name is Andre. I don't even need to be good. Okay, hold on. You think that was just pure chance? You don't think we prepared for it, which means we summoned it using the secret? Anyways, Amelia gain counters hardly in this meta. You could do it. The thing is, like, if you're playing, I think that's what a lot of people say, is if you're sending at centrals all the time and seeing multiple cards multiple times, do you really need that? And my guess is probably not. And it's actually kind of funny because it's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, is if you complain that people don't res their ice and then you take 10 credits away from them, it's like, well, now they're really not going to res ice. But that's probably a bit better, at least for Merc, than anything else. The Secret, yeah, it was a thing in like the 2000s from Oprah or something. If you gotta, it's a whole thing. It's super scientific. Visualize your outs and you just let the universe win for you. Just write it down on a notebook or something. Get like a wall where you have all your wins on it. You just write JNet win and you look at it every day. Somehow the Mercury games always give rise to the best clips. I really needed to clip that last game. I think, did Jai clip it? I think Jai might have clipped it. It was kind of perfect. I don't get earhead at all. And it being a companion annoys me. No. It can being a companion is like the best part of the card, because this is big units. This was Jonas's bird. So it is like just so cool that this bird exists as a virtual companion. Shout out to Amelia. So like Amelia, the bird is incredible. I wanted to make this because I made the Bioac card into an Arc Nova. And I know Jonas really likes Arc Nova. So I tried to make the Amelia into an Arc Nova card, and it's so hard because the symbology just doesn't translate. I probably have to try a bit harder because I think Jonas would really like it. But I have like a Arc Nova shell that I can make Netrunner cards out of, and I think it'd be very cute. Okay, we're gonna play. Well, we're gonna do some news really quickly because there's some cool news that we probably should have brought up earlier. I'm gonna start here with the least exciting stuff, arguably. Distribution update. Shout out to Redemptor. Redemptor's great. UK Gaming Expo was by all accounts a great success. It was fantastic to see people demoing and stuff. For those that picked up discount codes, those are valid until the end of the month. Cool. If you put in an order already, you can expect it to be shipped by June 9th. General restocks. The third printing of Elevation has landed in the UK and should also arrive in EU over the week. The large restock for both stores includes Gateway and Liberation Cycle. EU will also see our tokens arrive in the store. We do have a few, not many, token sets left over from UKG. Note they will be limited stock for now. Australia and Canada's restocks will both arrive before the middle of June. We're happy to say we finally received our US stock of all previous sets last week. This is huge. This is in the process of being organized and shipped to our distribution center. Their distribution system in the US has changed radically over the last couple months. Once that process is complete, it should enable us to return to a full range of products of the US store. This is expected to happen in the next few weeks. Amazing. I know so many people cannot get cards because the first printing in the US sold out. Then obviously there was tariff issues and all that other stuff. So it looks like it's getting better real soon. So just hold on. And finally, US tariffs. As promised, we have been monitoring the US government's tariffs regime and have currently lessened. The volatility has cooled. We will be reducing the US tariff surcharge by 50% effective immediately. That's really great. I don't know what the tariff charge was. I think it was like somewhere between $8 and $10 maybe. So it's going to be half as much, which is nice. We'll continue to follow the situation, and should we see further reductions, we can hope we can remove these, which good to you, NSG. I would donate a glass of ice cold water to the grid. Thank you, John. Next up, this is cool. Turns out we're running a continental championship, and so you get to see some of the prizes. I want to say right now, shout out to the organizers of the Continentals here in Montreal. We are commissioning some art. Two of the art pieces are underway. One of them is in hopefully contract signing, and we have some really good stuff. We're definitely going to be showing it off as soon as we have something to show off, so you can buy your early bird tickets and consider coming to Montreal at the end of August. Please, if you're coming to Montreal, buy your tickets. It's so hard to organize events not knowing how many people are going to be here. We know it's going to be the biggest Netrunner event in North America this year, but the problem is trying to book how many print copies and how much all this other stuff we need. It is a lot of work. So please buy your tickets early. If you buy them before June 30th, not only do you get a cheaper rate for $10 Canadian, but also you'll get some official prize support, some extra foiled prize support, I believe is what we've said. So please grab your tickets sooner than later. It's a huge help. I'll show you the cool stuff we've commissioned once they're ready, but that'll be in. For your information, Gamescape in SF in San Francisco, hey, Melanomi has a number of Elevations, SG, and RWR boxes available. Let's go. Woohoo, Conts hype. Hype. Hey, Baza. I got my tickets. Thank you, Baza. Excited to see you there. Is the whole family coming, Baza? Is the younger Netrunner player coming? We're also commissioning some art for APAC Conts. Sick. So the Continental Championship dates, this is us, August 22nd to 24th, America Continental Championships in Montreal, Canada. We have the venue space. We're so hyped with it. There's also online Continentals. Mind you, there's online megacities coming up the next couple weekends as well, if you're interested in organized play online that NSG is running. So that would be August 16th, 17th, 13th and 31st, 6th and 7th. I really like that these do not combat with any of these dates, and glad that they don't, so that's awesome. I think the EMA Continentals might overlap with a megacities in Toronto, but that feels like that shouldn't be an issue for reasons. This is parts of the kit. I am bummed that I can't show you this art in full like quality because they're not up on ABR. ABR is having issues, but you can look at some of the official prize support from NSG. So firstly, we have a Gourmand playmat, which is awesome. This has Jai's likeness on a B1001. There is a big narrative beat behind Jai, for those who know, but this is a B1001. I don't know if Jai chose that. I'm assuming Jai chose that, which I'm a bit surprised. They're not a card you see a lot, but that's cool. And then this is a Jai Chinyo, which I'm only like 50% sure how it works. So the idea is that the Jai Chinyo playset has 3 different arts. and it's meant to be the story. So building the blade, having the blade, using the blade. Oh my God, it's the blade. I know versions of this are not technically, some of them, I don't think they're all legal for competitive play, but the idea is that now they're double-sided cards, so you can pick which way they go into your deck, so you can have 3 different arts. Technically in competitive play, it is not good for you to have 3 different copies with 3 different arts. I'll just say that off the top, but in terms of the casual play, that's fantastic, and it looks like there's a full art Jay Chinyu attached to this at some point. All of these arts are done by Matthias Kalza, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's not true, actually, because this one says Martin de Diego Sadaba, but this is Kalza. What does it say? Front illustration by Martin de Diego Sadaba, back by Kalza. Okay, so the fronts all have the blueprint, and the back seems to be the 3 different stages. So you get a play set, and you can decide what to do with them. I think these are participations B1001. Top half gets Jay Chinyu. So apparently we'll figure out what top half is for how many people show up. That's kind of cool. I believe the back is the assassination agenda. Oh, sick. So the back is the assassination agenda. You're totally right. So the back is an assassination agenda. So you add that to the score area, and it actually is agenda typed with assassination. I wonder if it has points. I doubt it does. And then these are 3 different Jay Chinyos. I don't know how this works. Honestly, I read this. I'm going to get this kit. We'll have this kit soon, but I don't know how this works. I have no idea. I think they'd explain in the article. In the pursuit of, oh, this is also neat. In pursuit of equitable pricing, Organized Play originally had plans to release a 2023 timed exclusive Continentals prize, which was Steelskin Scarring, at multiple events, including Worlds 2023 and an undisclosed future solution for APAC region players. We're happy to finally be able to follow through on the promise of our first in-person APAC Continentals, hype to APAC Continentals, and so they're going to be getting a bit more extra prize support. Those were the Steelskin Scarrings from Cascadia a couple years ago, so you could have got those at Worlds, I believe, in Barcelona, but those will be extra at APAC, which is good. It's Mercury's 3 victims. I think this is only one of the Mercury's 3 victims, because this is just Mercury looking at their blade. Maybe there's a victim on the, oh no, there is a victim on the bed. Again, can't see the full arts, which is probably cooler to see the full art. But yeah, you're right. It's probably the Mercury 3 victims. I have no idea how this works. Hey, Scrub. I'm excited to take out each of the sleeves and flip them as they get added to the score area. Yes, that will feel good. Kind of Flesh and Bloody or Magic, where you pull out your card, flip it, and then it does the thing on the back where you've upgraded it. So that's cool. It's a 3 murders from the Mercury narrative. So is that's not the powers that be people. That is the 3 murders. So it is the president, then the other 2 people from the narrative piece. So it was a bit of an escalation. Cool. Anyways, keep scrolling down the page. There's more. The top 8 players of each event will receive a double-sided click tracker made by Cullen O'Connor, Montreal's Cullen O'Connor, featuring HB and Shaper-inspired color schemes with 6 spaces on either side. They will allow you to track all your clicks even if you gain a few extra. So this is cool. These are official as of this Continentals. Cullen has been has an Etsy. What is the Etsy? Artisan something? Etsy Netrunner. So you can buy Cullen's stuff. Where is it? It is definitely this. You've probably seen these before. A lot of players locally play with them. So this is from Print Artificer. And so Cullen has been making this click tracker that you've probably seen around. You could get these at some of the artist colonies. You've probably seen people playing with them. They're magnetic. They slide around. NSG reached out to Cullen, who's been doing a great job doing all this printing stuff. I'll have the link on the website, on the YouTube comments. And they commissioned an exclusive version of this. I think the biggest feedback that Cullen has got for the click trackers is, what about if I get more clicks? And so these go up to 6. I don't know if these are double-sided. I'm assuming they are, but these will be for top 8 players, and these are exclusive. I think Cullen has an agreement that he cannot make these for the public for some period of time, if I'm not mistaken. So these will be exclusive to organized play for a bit. These are really nice. If you ever used any of Cullen's stuff, they're really, really well made. So yeah, they are double-sided. So purple on one side, green on one side, and then you can slide this around. It works in your hand. You can use your thumb. Pretty sick. So this is awesome. Cullen's been working on these for a while, and I heard that he was getting feedback from other people. Be like, oh, I wish the click tracker had more spots. And he has to like bite his tongue and be like, well, shit, you'll find out in the future, which is pretty great. 6 clicks for Corp in time for Luminal to be banned. It'll come back. We can just believe. Netrunner's OP is how OP should be done. Makes me so jelly every time I see this stuff. Bloody Mud, how's it going? It's really cool stuff. And again, all the stuff will be here in August if you want to come to Montreal, plus more stuff. Not only is it an NPC event, so you get the NPC prizing, which will be dice, and the Charlotte Casador art that has that's a Charlotte, right? I think it's a Charlotte. We have to look at the OTG event. Too soon? Meanwhile, what is my 7th running hot click go? Okay, hold on. What am I doing? Oh, I've been crashing out this hard. Please tell me about the articles. Please tell me who's on the art. It's a Charlotte, right? Yeah, we know it's a Charlotte. NPC 2025 prizes. Yeah, okay, great. Good. This is with hams on it. I was going to say limes for a second, and then I just totally crashed. I'm like, that's not right. It's hams. Hams is in the background. Sorry about that. It's a Charlotte. This will be there. There's dice that are being worked on. It'll be a different color scheme from this year. And then we're commissioning stuff, as I said before. We look like we'll have at least 3 different exclusive prizes. We're working on the tournament. We're trying to get a trophy for the tournament on Friday if you want to come play at Crown of Servers. So we have a lot of stuff working. It's a lot of work behind the scenes. Shout out to all the organizers who are much more organized than I am. But I'm really, really excited, and we're getting closer to that. So if you want to buy your ticket, please do. You can find the link in the YouTube description. You can find it on Always Be Running. I'll update all the art on Always Be Running for all the prize support with Continentals as soon as it does show up on ABR. Currently, ABR is having a bit of an issue, so new stuff cannot be uploaded for some reason. So that'll be there. But again, please, between now and August, the end of August, please ask questions if you have any questions or comments. We have a Discord server. You can find the link to the Discord server for America Continentals. It is in the link on ABR. If you just go to upcoming, you can search for it. Or if you just go to like more, you can find the Montreal or the America's Continentals in Montreal. We'd love to have you. I think it's going to be totally sick. Come on in. You can find all the details and more here. We'll be updating this once we have more stuff to show. Next month, I'll be trying to hard start a local scene of the shop as much as I love to go. Oh, nice. Enjoy. It's always really fun to kick up a scene. I think people are always surprised how many folks around them are enjoying the game. Also come back to APAC if you can. Yeah, come to all of the Continentals. So APAC is on 8/10, so August 10th. And then EMEA in Cologne is on August 3rd. So you have a whole month, depending on where you are. There probably is one that's somewhat close to you to some extent. So we're all in one Discord server, and it's really nice to see everybody working together and all this stuff. So it looks like I can update the kit. I'll update the kit in a second. Cool. All right, let's play some games. I'm going to APAC, my first tournament ever since September 2019. Jessica, you're going to have a great time. Seeing, like, I don't know a lot of the scene in APAC, but the APAC scenes are actually like really quite big. And APAC not having like premier level organized play, getting rectified this year is really, really cool. I'm very excited for that. And I have no doubt people are going to come out in big waves. All right, measured regards. This is from Jai. Won the AMT just feels like a week and a half ago. And this is Nuvem. I've been hearing reports from people that Nuvem actually plays okay right now. And there's a lot of reasons to it. Firstly, well, petty cache is not bad, that's for sure. You can play this twice. That feels a bit better than subliminal messaging, which plays once or infinite times. There's always a bit of variance there. What's really cool about the deck, the ice is really good. I think Logjam is a really good ice right now. It's very frustrating to deal with, and we can play Logjam relatively well. As much as Nuvem trashes cards into your bin face up, face down, not face up. So you won't get your Logjam counters too easily. The ice is good. All the barriers are incredibly taxing. This is me showing the fact that I generally play run-based criminal, but all of these are a total pain in the ass to deal with. The code gate side feels like the weakest. Shout out to 2 Fly Swatters. We're a 54 card deck, so we're not incredibly consistent. Descent feels like a card you need sometimes, just because if you mill too many agendas, this is one of your cards that can pull them out of the bin besides Spin Doctor. And then Afshar is Afshar. But the code gate slot in Wayland is kind of soft. 3 hammers, a single Winchester. We're not playing Bioax because we're not doing any of that eminent domain stuff, which I think Jai talks about. And we're just scoring out. We want to score 3 agendas and win the game. We want to score, hopefully, and above the law. Off the books with the counters, pretty cracked. And once we're on threat 4, any Basalt Spire you jam, they have to run it. And they probably have to try to not die to double measured response. And we will have the money to play double measured response. I think if you're playing big money, I would play Nuvem and Wayland. I'm convinced every single deck that is a Bangun deck will be a better Nuvem deck. Just kind of this does what you want to do in Bangun, which is get money, push yourself forward, be scary, and this does all of it. Seamless Launch in my testing where I played Nuvem in the last meta was my favorite Nuvem card because it allowed you to score out. I was playing 3 copies of Slash and Burn. This deck is only on 1, but the nano management is actually pretty cool. Because nano management, if a Basalt Spire gets scored, means that you have double or nano management on any turn. And that means you can score out just about every agenda from hand and close the game out. I think this is such a wild interaction. If it gets milled, that's fine. At some point when they steal a Basalt Spire, you can grab your nano management, or of course you can draw a measured response. Scoring a Basalt Spire is also just terrifying if the corporation does it, because now a single measured response is a double measured response, and a double measured response is a triple measured response. As long as you can afford those 15 credits, which is a bit cheaper because you'll get 2 credits back when you use the Basalt Spire, let alone the measured response. KPI, probably good in this deck. We have a single Malapert, kind of strange to me, but it allows you to get your 1 nano management, which seems nice, or just keep getting seamlesses. And the pivot, I'm assuming is for measured response. Everything is just measured response today. This just feels like a card. Measured response just kind of feels pretty consistent, it turns out. Taking bets on number of agendas seen on top deck peak. I'm going to mill all of them. I'm not going to care. And I'm just going to keep tanking forward. Nuvem gets me. It makes me tilt a wee bit. I do think having a bigger deck just makes it less consistent. So you can flood up harder. Your agendas don't self-correct. But every card is more of a jammable card. Like, luckily, we're not a combo deck. We're a straightforward deck. So our goal is just get a logjam on their remote server, put things behind it, allow the runner to try and keep up with it. And we'll see how that holds on. Finish watching your perspective of our game. Wild top deck? You mean skill top deck? Sargon, good game. Yeah, it's the one of in the deck. We're just holding on for it. Good game. Pivot can grab agendas? Yeah, we can jam an agenda, I reckon. I feel like digital rights management is maybe worth something, but I don't know. Pivot hits a lot of targets in the deck, including off the books. Can't wait for the inevitable Nuvem tilt and crash out. I mean, like, my stomach isn't feeling good tonight. I think we've done an okay job so far. We'll hold on. I've been told it's good, so if it's bad at this point, it's probably me. We're playing against the world champ, Arizon. Let's go. Andrej on a Nuvem Glest is getting popcorn. I mean, how bad could it be? Good stuff, Hosh, my guess. This is our hand. We have 2 agendas out of 9. That seems like bad odds in a 54. The SDS drone deployment is probably not going to be that big of an issue to Hoshiko. I like the Masquerade guy. I like the Logjam, but I don't like that much else besides the Spin Doctor. We could keep this hand. I'm assuming we want to draw into one operation because we can Nuvem and play the operation. I don't know if we actually want to keep this hand. I think we could do better. You could probably do worse, but I'm assuming 5 points in our opening hand out of, we're playing what, 22 is my guess? Because we're playing 54. We're 22. Yeah, that's a bit high. Measure twice. Cut far more than twice because I can't operate a saw for shit. Stab, you know how the rest of the title is meant to go. I could not fit it in. It should be measure twice, kill once. Hi, Stimmy. We'll mulligan. That's not better, I don't think. Measure response is my least favorite card. Why do you think? I think I'm going to get annoyed with it. But it doesn't seem too bad. Thank you. Best of luck. Have fun. All right, we're playing against Hosh. Alex kept. So Hammer, Winchester probably goes on HQ. If we don't play an operation, it's hard. But like, do we Basalt Spire behind a Logjam? We're never going to afford from this. We're never going to financially recover from this, but Seamless Launch is +1 credit. Seamless Launch is 2 credits. So then we could technically get the Basalt Spire scored. Winchester's really ugly if Arzon face checks because we generally don't want to res this, and Hoshiko eventually will have Link. So we could draw once for an operation, or we could just ice up Centrals. I think we can just ice up Centrals, and we'll push the Logjam next turn. Ideally, we'll get a credit here. I kind of like their other hand better. Yeah, turn 2 Basalt for sure, with double Seamless. I was considering turn 1 Basalt, but that might be a bit too much. Rain drops into Winchester, yeah. Awful if this Basalt gets Spired, gets hit, and we don't get to draw a card back. I will cancel the stream. Okay? Fuck! I don't like Nuvem. 1 run in, R8 tilted. Jesus, Jai. Why? Why is Nuvem like this? We'll see you on Tuesday, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Cool. Do you think we want to do that turn 2? Yeah, we had a good stream, y'all. A tilted Spire Basalt kind of game. It wasn't even turn 2. We couldn't make it to turn 2 before we tilted out. Look at our Nuvem not firing. I'd rather play Bangun. We would have installed this up. Hey, Pat, how's it going? Pat, I don't know if you know that if you want to join next Thursday for the stream, it's my birthday. And so, like, we have to make an event out of it, but I'm not celebrating my own birthday. I don't, like, what do we do? I'll order us a pizza. Fermenter Mystic, we're flipping back. All right. Still don't have a play. Nuvem has fired 0 times. I'm expending this. Doing that last click is bad, but I'm going to do it. I don't care. Nano management? Yeah, you're in the bin now. You're 2 credit card. Hey, music. You're not celebrating your birthday? Whereas I'm celebrating my birthday with family and friends this weekend, which is really cute. My partner has to be out next weekend. So we're going to celebrate this weekend. My brother is coming up. We're going for an escape room. We're doing all the cool stuff. I'm really happy. But on Thursday, it'll just be a Thursday. Hammer. Cool. I love the very loud fuck. Remember, you don't swear. If you're allowed to swear once or twice when it really matters. Find an agenda. Seamless launch. Find an agenda. Icing Archives is not the worst. Treeline HQ is fine. I think I'm going to treeline R&D. I'm going to logjam R&D and I'll just treeline it. I don't care. We need to fire Nuvem every turn. This goes R&D. We'll expend this. I don't care what happens. Slash and burn. Good. Gone. Jane unlocks a new birthday theme next week. Ooh. Tell you chat your address and we'll each order your pizza. Oh my God, Poglos. It's my birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Jessica. Still today for you. Celebrated by getting a Switch 2 and setting up. How's it been? I've heard the box gets stapled pretty hard. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I don't know what games are out for Switch 2. I know I can play old games, but is it just Mario Kart? I'm not picking up one of those, I don't think. But I'm pretty excited to see a new console. 16 credits for Alex. I mean, like, what's measured response to? Not sure if your relationship to Nuvem is healthy. It is 100% not. So the fermenter just cracked the turn we drew them a virus. Okay, is this like a ploy that you win an AMT so that I have to do this? And this is what it looks like? This looks awful. I want to stop free leech runs. John, you came in too? Yours came in? Fun on the bun. I heard that story awful. I didn't get any new games, just playing Pokemon Scarlet. It's actually playable now. Oh, it actually runs okay. Sick. All right, so if we force through the logjam, I think that's fine. This logjam will have... we haven't played an operation. It'll have 1 counter extra. Do we want to do that? Oh my God, this is so bad. I feel like a Jaina Shuffler is trolling you. No, this is just what happens with Nuvem, Jai. This is just... I didn't change to the fancy card backs, so... This is just what Nuvem plays like for the average person, okay? We're not all Jais out there. So if I res this, we go down to 3. No, but you just hand it. I don't care. It's a virus. You know what's really cool when you get Ice All Centrals like this? Argus Crackdown? Yeah. Is Bangun better than Nuvem? Nuvem as a whole is just an elaborate practical joke. I can't believe that this is what it's like. The hammer would have been really good here. No, actually not that good. I want to have the upgrade in the bin so when we res the logjam. I mean, what are we to do? Our opponent has 24 credits. I don't even know what Alex has been doing. Alex has just clicked like a bunch of cards. We have no money. We possibly can't use 3 seamless launches. We seamless the logjam. I think you're right, actually. Just on the basis we have too many and it fires Nuvem. Measured response. I don't think we trashed that. Never mind. We always trash that. Such a curse line, Ian. This is... I think there's rules against this sort of stuff, this sort of content online on YouTube. You're not allowed to do this. This is dark. That's your fault. Yeah, whatever, man. How big is this going to be? How bad is the Rising Tide? I mean, it's probably bad. Like, this is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strength. That was actually a big Seamless launch. Seamless is clicking for credit. Yeah, and people play Build to Last in the modern meta where they get Seamless launch a logjam and in a 54 card deck so they can play their favorite cards. Watch ours on Hush It. Don't even. Like, how are we meant to get out of this? Oh, wait. No, Alex can't break a code gate. The Winchester does nothing. I guess we stack logjams. I think we do just stack logjams. We can expend the Descent. Is having an end the run code gate better? It might be, but I think Alex will hold the decoder in hand. I don't think he has a reason to show it. We'll push next turn. I live in here. I live in fear. Look at us go. This is what I mean. I play too aggressive, where like Alex is just sitting up and just being like, I don't care. You have to push the remote server. And if I just have money, you can't do anything. And like, yeah, there's the buzzsaw. So the Descent was probably not worth installing. Unless it beats Banhar. Banharing the logjam is a pretty good value. Oh, that's a sick logjam. Sorry, that's a sick hammer. Besides the fact that we have no money. But besides that, that's actually a pretty good hammer. That's a really good hammer. Hey, chat. Good hammer, huh? Alex feels like he might be on deep dive hush. Now that we saw this, I don't know. So tag, resource, our hardware. I think Hannah's pretty bad for us, but I think Mystic's a bit worse. We've actually played a couple events here. So sure gamble raindrops. So we're waiting on steel skins. I feel like we're going to play more events than anything else. Hannah clears the tag. We hit a fermenter too, or a leech. I feel like we're more scared of the leech, but no, we're probably more scared of the fermenter. Actually, wait, no, there's a virus in here. Who cares? That's a good hammer, Andrej, the log room. I'm going to get rid of the Mystic, I think. So decoder, non-fractured decoder killer. So the fermenter will get purged in a moment. So I think we get rid of the leech. Can you just run the antil if you leave the Hannah? I mean, yeah, but what can we do? Like, even you can run it anyways, I guess. Oh no, you can clear the tag. This is interesting. The fermenter is money. The leech is counters. I think we'll make the leech harder to use. Not deciding. This has to go back. The virus in the bin is okay because it turns off leech as well. So I think we put the measured back. We will never financially recover from this? Oh no, we won't. And we're going to lose our antil. Oh, never mind. We got our antil. Nice. Yes. That's sick. So Alex has 29 credits. This costs, I don't know. We could just double measured. Oh, we're so cooked. We have to waste money. How do we get back on track financially? Petty cash. 17 different petty caches. Each play clicklessly to gain 4 credits. We're threatening triple measured. Oh, could we have scored an agenda? The swing from we're back is over. I thought Alex would run this. Apparently, no. Installing 20 makes a lot of sense. Badge, that's bad for us. We could have scored out. The above the law trashing the 20 would have been so good. Trash a petty cache for a petty cache. Okay, perfect. We are flooded. Don't worry about it. No stress. We'll put this on HQ, I guess. That, like, what are we doing? What happens if the runner just doesn't run? God, I wish I did this. That would have been a play. Don't worry about us. I'm assuming this is expensive. We have every type here. We besides agenda. Like this is going to be, I think, 17 strength, 30 strength. It's a big number. I think he's assuming there's a sentry here because we look pretty confident with our discarder and never mind. So I'm not going to res the descent. It's nice to res though because it actually gives us an expend card, but I think we'll be fine for a moment. So this is going to be, I think, 30 strength, 34 strength. It's pretty big. Oh, just 10. Okay, that's fine. I would love to put an antil in there. That would have been good. So now triple measured kills. If we have triple measured, we kill. It's that simple. Or lose on HQ. It's one of those two. I swear to God, I was going to say if he plays a stone chip, we're cooked. Okay, now we lose. No, we lose so hard. We lose so hard to stone chip compilation. Are you kidding me? Every deck is on stone chip. Like I don't know how do you meant to play a kill deck anymore. Just play one stone chip, the entire deck falls apart. This is still expensive. I think we KPI for a card. If you res the descent, would have been able to run the server back next turn. Yeah, it only costs 1 more credit. It's the hardest first match this deck. Yeah, I know. Bluff the NA 3-5. This is the way. I think you might be right. No matter what we lose, I think we KPI for a card draw. We just need a piece of ice here. We can also fix our hand, so we'll draw a card. All right, sorry, Water. I have liked you a lot. So we'll put the off the books. We'll install a piece of ice, ignoring all costs. Measure 2x kills through stone chip. Not if Alex has 15 credits. And a steel skin. Oh, sorry. How do I fix that? Ah, it's fine. There's 3 steel skins in hand. We haven't seen a single steel skin, right? Like, look at that bin. Just money. Keiko. Could tempo to tax him down to low? I don't know if we could have. 16 credits. Okay. I think we're winning now. We have access. If we draw another measured, we have triple measured. The problem is his hand is every single steel skin. Adore. Okay. We only have double virtual, so it's a bit expensive. This does trash our measured response, which, like, you know, that's not good. This logjam is good. This Winchester is good. What does Adore break Winchester for? 6 credits. I'm not resing this Apshar. Unless I do? No, I don't. We res 3, he spends 3? Yeah, that's probably fair. If none of us has money, at least we have ice. So it is cannot break the Winchester here. Because the Adore has to boost twice and then break. So it's 3, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna have to like a la carte this. And Hoshiko's not digital. Problem is, like, we lose to twinning C3 on the top of the deck. Yeah. Yeah, not great. I mean, not the worst. The heap has 1 buzzsaw in the bin, so if we trash a buzzsaw. So trace? Trace? Alright, so the first one is trace 4 for trash a program. This, Alex has to pay for this. I don't think we need to make this unbeatable, because if Alex traces in this, we keep our measured response. Don't worry about our money. Not even digital, not even digital. So if we wanted to boost this, we could make it unbeatable, but then we're on 0 credits. I think we need to thread into res nothing we can res. So we just hope that Alex spends money here. He probably doesn't protect the Keiko, but if the Keiko goes, he loses one of his programs because his MU is over. So we'll see what he boosts into. I think that run's going to end here. The problem is, like, we need at least... We need a lot of... Oh, wow, we trashed a program. So the deck is definitely on another Rising Tide. It probably doesn't have another Buzzsaw, so we can get rid of the Buzzsaw. The other option is we can get rid of the Rising Tide. It has a Rising Tide, so I'd actually get rid of the Buzzsaw, I think. We did throw out 2 Fly Swatters, right? No. This is for hardware. I think he's going to take the double axis. Ideally, he doesn't have enough money. Oh, he boosted that. So if he pays for this trace, he won't have enough money to trash the measured. And then if he dumps the twinning to this, we're, like, pretty happy. Nice. He's on 0 credits. Issues if he runs R&D and, like, dumps the rest of the twinning where we have a bad spot. Because we don't have a code gate here. But this logjam will tax him out. So he knows we're on measured. We're no on Malapert. Measured does 4 damage. He can always stone chip first. So if he's less than 4 cards, we can ask for priority. Is he running R&D last click? Yeah, he is. With 1 credit. I wonder why. I guess I don't know why. This is unplayable, is unbeatable. Yeah, we're going to lose to this 3 axis, I'm pretty sure. We did mill too many cards off the top of the deck. I wonder if you charge a twinning. I don't think you do. Because this is how you don't die. Oh, that's why we have a credit, of course. Nice. Okay. I think we just click for 3. I don't think he has enough money. I think we've actually taxed him out. I don't think I want to play the KPI because it doesn't do enough. Actually, no, it's a click for 3 credits. He knows the next card. Yeah, we're alive. We're actually kind of, yeah, I would say Pog. I think we are Pog. We also have Basalt Spire. So we have to remember we can Basalt Spire for Seamless and stuff. Like the remote server, we have an agenda. Let's try and find an agenda. Game 2. Oh, it's after it resolves. Oh, I don't like that. Draw 1. Shuffle card back into R&D. Okay. Measured? Yes, we do. Because we have Basalt. We don't care. He definitely has Steel Skins in hand and probably Strike Funds as well. It's so interesting watching the sort of pressure valves release matches have. You mean log jams? Log jams is so good at the Rising Tide. I think we just take credits. I don't think we have to do too much. We can always use Basalt Spire to go grab a card if we need it. I wish we had access to a Nano Management, because if we drop Nano Management into a 3-2, we could score that and then do it one more time. Hey, Supernut, how you doing? Click for 4. Yeah, our remote server is good. That's what we drew? We shuffled that back. You're not meant to give that again to us. I mean, I'll grab a Seamless for that. Actually, we should have... Hold on. Sorry. Let's do that. Because now we can grab the Nano with the Malapert into the off the books. We can also Seamless it and get the next agenda, so we could win in 2 turns. The Malapert actually might not be worth it. This is 2 code gates, which means we beat Botulus. So the issue is that we can lose on R&D. So the Logjam will be, again, like 1700 strength. Logjam is really good. Fine. Has to just install a card every turn. We're so back. Oops. Oops. Rising Tide's on 2, so you break this for 9. So we're going to get 2 credits back. Yeah, hush or nothing. Never mind. We lose. Okay, 2 cards, 2 cards. We never lose. We never lose. We never lose. 2 cards, 2 cards, 2 cards. Who gave him... Why does he have a leech? That's not fair. GG. Play ScapeNet. That was going so bad for us until it was actually really good. And by really good, I just mean log jams. There were 5 agendas in that deck? Okay. I don't feel terrible about that. Basalt there to filter. It doesn't filter. It's just random, right? I was so cooked if I didn't end that. Yeah, you had 1 good run. We have off the books to Malbird. Good game at Alarzan. So we would score off the books with a Seamless and then jam the next off the books. So we win in 2 turns, I think. Money's a problem, but yeah. If the Boomerang hit the log jam, it's like kind of funny still. But yeah, it's all about the log jams. I'm glad that we pre-advanced these with Expend card. Like, this deck just feels like log jam the deck. Figured that was the Malapert I saw. Yeah, it was. And I think it was better that we had the Malapert than the credit, because then also we can go for the Nano Management, I guess. But maybe that's not worth it. Maybe another credit here. This is the Hammer, which, like, we technically needed them to run Code Gate here. But yeah, if we survive that, I think we're fine, because I don't think you can make another run. Let alone the measured response play. I don't think we can afford to do that. This Winchester was good. Adore feels not good. I know you can get it to do its thing, but paying 6 for Winchester feels bad. Paying 3 for Drafter still feels bad. Do you not just play Hantu? I eventually find a Taka. Yeah, for sure. But even when this has strength, like, do you pay 6 for a Drafter? Or sorry, 6 for a Winchester? I guess you pay 3 with a Leech, but maybe that's fine. I don't want to complain about the Corp cards given they were where they are right now. They need some tools, but 5, 8, and 10 strength logjams with that much effort, I don't like that. Oh, I agree. No, advanceable ice should not exist. Like, this is not good. I don't think this should exist. I agree. This thing is an absolute nightmare. Oh, I changed the DPI on my mouse. Look at me go. Which button does that? This feels normal. Can confirm Midori is not good. Hantu is fine enough. Yeah, I imagine so. Okay, it was like okay-ish, I guess. A Spiral. Good game, by the way, Alex. I think that was a roller coaster. You 1-4 the damn Basalt Spire from the opening hand while we had 2 Seamlesses. If you missed that and we jammed the Seamless behind Logjam on turn 1, like, I enjoy Nuvem. So I just want to let you know, Arizon, you've ruined 2025 Nuvem for me. We're good advanceable ice. Why move away from the infinite strength, bring back Hordem? I agree, Jessica. I like when the ice is more interesting, but actually Hordem is a bit of a blowout. I don't know. Hoshiko, okay. This hand's fine. Early KPIs, whatever. I did have a Rising Tide in hand from turn 1. I just don't know if you can deal with a Logjam on turn 1. We'd probably double ice it. This hand's fine. If we don't play KPI, it's hard for Hoshiko to flip because we can ice up both centrals. Okay, so thanks, you too. No, the DPI on the mouse is all wrong. What's normal? Probably let it go thinking it's an antail. Exactly, yeah. Any KPI in hands auto keep? Really? Do you want me to play this click 1? Because I want to Afshar HQ, probably Hammer R&D, and we'll use Mask for the remote. A Rising Tide 2 raindrops. Yeah, that's good. Also, like, just like Rising Tide's the what's it called? I guess only 117 fires if you Rising Tide into the 6 cost. Jay, what am I meant to do with this thing? You want me to play it? Like, click 1, play the KPI? To install a piece of ice, gain 2 credits? Is that what you're telling me? Chat delay is too long. I'm going to just do it. I'm so used to Zwicky getting something immediately after I play 2, so. KPI for draw credit. Yeah, draw, I could see that being better. The issue with this play is that it gave Hoshiko an easy flip, so I'm not sure actually if I like this line. Because if we button down both centrals, Hoshiko doesn't have the archives run. I'm not sure. I might have held it and for next turn. It's good to get our Nuvem, so we're not denying us value, but we'll see if our opponent runs archives. Yeah, DPI is wrong. That's worse. Price hits Katurga, Buzzsaw, Rising Tide, so that's the last Buzzsaw. So we go full rush versus Hosh? I don't know. We were able to tax you out. I think I will respect your play more than the opponent that I don't know. So 1 Rising Tide's in the bin. So we could do, I think we'll start with a Spin Doctor and then maybe push Mask Book. Oh, that's easy. Now we'll do off the books Mask. Well, this is a diversion. The 1 slash and burn, if you can connect it with the Spin Doctor, it feels pretty good. They didn't run archives. I think they should run archives for the flip that turn. That's a lot of value for Hoshiko. Now they will do it. Yeah. I mean, you have the power to make both players not trigger ID, but you were going to res the raindrops turn 1 anyways, for example. Yeah, I'd res the Afshar. Okay, now we're playing Zwicky, but worse. Oops. Oh, actually, no, this is better because Expend does something. Cool. Letting the spin go there, always run spin against Nuvem. I think you're right. For what it's worth, this deck is only on 1 slash and burn, but the more that I say it, the worse my deck gets, where I tell people, like, you gotta pressure the Spin Doctor against Wiki, let alone Nuvem. It is, like, such free value. Unfortunately, it's only these back. I think actually, like, preemptively icing up archives is also another line. Like, getting an ice on archives so that we have a face-up agenda so logjam's a bit better is kind of cool. But here, if they don't catch up, we're going to jam behind the anthill. And I'll predict it for 3 cards very happily. Yeah, I think, Alex, we have an inevitability. So unless like a big old, what's it called, comes down, oh, this is pretty good. If a big old twinning comes down, our inevitability is actually pretty okay against late game Hosh. So trash a resource or piece of hardware. Okay, trash a leech, take a tag, and leave. I mean, that's definitely a way you can handle yourself. I mean, yeah, you can face check into a hammer and leave the game. I've wanted to do that. I think it's bad to do. I think the game's pretty early. But we'll shame concede. I've shame conceded before. I say something in chat, I'll be honest. I'm not above shame conceding. I will just usually talk in chat before just leaving. That was a high value hammer, like, let's be clear. Pretty good cost ratio for player removal. Hammer is a removal spell, but it's a player removal spell. Curtain Wildfire, yeah, the secret subroutine. Hey, Tehran. Dewi! So Tehran shared his Dewi list. Is this a list? I haven't got time to play it yet. I asked Tehran, like, I wanted to play something at the last GNK. So I kind of know what this list is. It wants to run a lot. I don't think I've committed it to memory, but it wants to run. It's a knick-knack list. Why did they concede? They got hit by a hammer. They thought that was too bad for them. I don't know. Cool. This hand, it has a KPI, so we keep it because Jai's watching. They didn't want to play that far behind and got tilted. Yeah, like, it's a human thing. I just feel like you probably just say, I think I'm out. Yeah, Tehran's Dewi decks are pretty cool. Okay, so we want to not get ran over. I think I predictive for cards. That will put us at, wait, that will put us at 8 cards. We could KPI them. I guess we KPI first. I mean, if we're supposed to end the stream after turn 1 versus Arzan, we're living on borrowed time. Getting hit by hammer is an acceptable reason to concede most activities, says the mole. Okay. How do you start this? Predictive for credits? I think we draw 3. Get a book big off the books. What do you mean? I don't know what to do. Oh, best of luck. Have fun. We'll start there. KPI to advance it? Like just full push? So I need to ice a central. I want to find more cards. I think we can predictive and throw out cards with Spin Doctor. I'm fine with this. We'll draw 3 cards. Destroy a Logjam. Okay. Petty Cash we can throw out. So I'll just ice. We'll do Tree Line Maskarovka, and then we can throw out the Petty Cash, and we're living pretty okay. I think we'll see more pressure on R&D. So we can do this and cash. Cool. We could jam ice KPI advance. I'm pretty sure we'll get like SMC'd. This Daily deck is running 3 SMCs. I think an overclock will challenge us. I would rather have 2 ice, but maybe not. So I don't know why the ice is not loading, or sorry, the art. Like, it's not easy to watch JNet, let alone play JNet. Like, I don't know what side Daily Tron's on. Well, in context I do, but eventually I won't. This is actually really good that we got some cards flipped up because we have an ice and an operation, and now Logjam gets a bit better. Azimuth, okay, we're filling MU. So I want to ice archive to make Daily do nothing. So we will definitely petty cash. Sure. I don't care. I think we do Spin Doctor now. Okay. Not great. So we can do Fly Swatter and then Anthill behind it and hope that draws us into something. I think that's reasonable. Daily SMCs and goes from there and gets a double flip turn. Spin Doctor has to be used a bit sloppily. Don't love it. Did y'all resave your profiles with the new JNet update? I don't know. I don't think I know what that is. Raw Anthill? I didn't want to do that with the Azimuth, especially because Daily has reasons to run, but it looks like that Azimuth's gone. How do you do that, Zen? Petty Cash is bugged. It doesn't appear in my hand IRL for some reason. Well, fuck. I don't like playing against Modern Shaper because this happens and I'm meant to track this. It is so overwhelming to play where all these are on the table for a single click. Like, that's a cool thing about Netrunner is that things slowly appear on the table. It's like, oh, this turn they have this card. Now on my turn, I have to change how I play. But this says, oh, we have all of these cards on the table now. You have to play around it. Like, legitimately, Madani is bumming me out because jamming 5 cards on the table for a single click that we have to play around all 5 of them, it's a weird thing to complain about, but it's strange. It's really hard to be like, oh, suddenly the board state's totally messed up. Okay, how do we score out every breakers here? We have to beat overclock into all of these. The only thing that can't be broken is code gates. And we have 2 code gates. I think I'm going to take a gamble here. And I think I'm going to push the off the books behind a Fly Swatter. Do we KPI to draw first? I mean, maybe. I'd rather have a Logjam. When the new release is out, V150, they will for Zerum the first one with Muse. Oh, there's a Muse here. Yeah, you're right. I forgot the Muse. Hit me with the 3x top-down solutions today out of Thule, getting the way to work collect and a sensible number of cards appeared on the board at once. Well, I'm not saying that's good, but like, the heck? NSG, what is this? Double 5 off Swatter might be safe. I think Tehran just muses for a decoder then, right? Settings are only saved locally to make browser. Hopefully the 2 things will make most problems go away and make it easier. Okay, hold on. Settings will be more clearly divided. With a new release, everyone should go to the settings page and hit update profile. Oh, okay, I have to do it in there. Okay, I'll do that between games. Thank you. Sorry, thinking. It's an SMC with more steps, at least for the first install. It is, the Muses. But it like bungles up the MU, which kind of Dewi wants, because Dewi hasn't fired yet. Fuck. I think I want the Anthill to fire. This is the only thing that draws us cards. I don't like drawing with this, but I will. I mean, that feels okay. Imagine we drew the SDS back. It's a 1-up, so we would know if we did it. Double fly swatter server. Off to the races. He doesn't know the second one's a fly swatter then? No, he doesn't. Oh. He got hit by a hammer. No, he's back. Okay, hold on. Let me update profile. Please refresh your browser. Okay. It didn't work. Janet's all black now. Knickknack sold. We're running HQ. If we res the Maskarovka, he installs a breaker for free. Principia is very expensive. I think we still res the mask for repeat reses. Just push 2 at once. What could go wrong? So this is either half the propeller, which is annoying. Principia is not that much better. It's like install for 4, break for 3. Ice is pretty good. The mid-range barriers are really nice into the propeller and Principia. Looks like it's the Muse into Cole, so we're just bouncing? Sick. So the Muse is out. That's good. That's the Knickknack engine. Dewey hasn't fired once. That's an annoying card of the matchup. The problem is we played our KPI. I think we do hedge fund. I don't think we advance because that shows too much. We could do hedge fund hammer off the books. I kind of like that. Spin doctor, more like bin doctor. Above the law for Knickknack seems sensible. Pass. Propeller on our turn. Okay, good. We're still threatening double code gate. This beats Fizzarum. Not above the law. Yeah, I caught it at the last moment. Don't worry. No stress. Running archives. Okay, we're going to sell the coal. Got to use our friend here. We'll shuffle back off the books and I think a spin doctor. Now everything is flipped up. Echelon's on the table. Cool. We get a Dewey flip, I'm pretty sure. It's hard to tell. One. No, because we added the DZ. So, oops. Buy bands. We're going back. We're going to install a card. This will get Dewey because you can do a successful run. Triggers because the rule doesn't work the same way. Coalescence. Okay. So Dewey flipped, I think. Yeah, Dewey flipped. What are we getting with the Malapert? I think we're grabbing I think we're grabbing a nano management. Throw out the pivot. I might have actually been right to grab a logjam. That's another one. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be interesting. No seamless for dividends. It's an above the law, so we can't. You get seamless here, grab seamless and jam again? Oh yeah, you're right. We could have the seamless into that to jam the next turn. Oh, that would have been cool. I just think the server's not going to hold. What are we spending this credits on? The Principia? Losing the measured's pretty bad. But this sets up the Knickknack really well. Still can't break code gates. Do we nano this out and just get to threat 4? Jai, I need help here. What do you do? Do you push in the remote server or do you just nano off the books? Toronto's going to be running a lot. I can happily play 7 on top of the Malapert to go get the measured or another seamless to threaten any score. Like, do we push or do we just score for 7? Which is technically for 5 because of Nuvem. Chat saying a bit of push in the remote. I want to know what Jai would do. I don't know if Jai's watching it tentatively. Because I could do either. With the seamless access, we push. Okay. Seamless credit? Yeah, I guess Tron doesn't have a lot of money. They have no sign of decoder? Yeah, but they'll have a Muse or something. You're right, they don't. So we have to hope for the best. Let alone only on 6 credits with 2 overclocks out. Like, this server's a bit hard to deal with. Echelon threatens Chesva. This is expensive to break. This is like 3 credits. Some of that's Chesva money, but whatever. Making this big is good into Principia. Actually, it depends on how big you make it. because this breaks on even. So getting it to 5 is a break point. Got to sneak out back to the VOD. Bloody Mutt, thanks for dropping by. Hopefully you're doing well. Single? Nothing. There's the breaker. Oh, and the overclock. So literally everything that was needed. But this hammer is going to hit pretty hard. Never mind. I shouldn't have rezzed this. I forgot it was an overclock. This is 3 credits. Yeah, big echelon. Oh, this is awful. No, we should not have rezzed that. We've made a huge mistake. That's pretty bad. Not good. Not even on threat 4. Lost the Malapert, surprised. Big echelon's big. Now do we do it? Now I don't want to do it. It was only 2? Yeah, I think he broke everything, but yeah, you're right. No, it's 3. They all matter, right? Yeah, the overclock. What's the runner identity? It's Daily. It's on one of the sides of Daily. I can't tell, but it's meant to be flipping or something. It's really hard to track. This is good into Principia because now it's 5, so you have to break it for 5. This Masquerovka might be overkill, but stacking to Propeller is pretty good. I think Daily's doing something here. We sold the Propeller. My usual gameplay loop is keep putting agendas in remote until someone dies. Yeah, I'm kind of with that. The problem is the server only costs 3. That's actually enough into Chesba, so we might not want to take it because it's better than losing it off centrals. Simulchip, that'll be a coalescence or a muse coalescence, so I just want one more piece of ice here. He says trashing a piece of ice. Whatever happens to this, we're happy. Hammer at least holds a Principia hostage? Yes, it does. Well, I think Tron will simulchip to run, if anything. We can double seamless this, and then we can go get back our double measured or single measured. I'm not sure if Tehran reses this or runs this. Knickknack is pretty good. Okay, Madani's fun. It's just really annoying that we can't track Daily well, so I can't tell how well it's doing. As much as like we don't play around Daily, it just happens to us, which is like less interesting than Lad, I guess. Yeah, we win in 2 if this doesn't get run, because this is a cheap score. Really wants to use a Chesva here. We'll see if he runs archives for Daily. Nice. Illumination. How bad is this for us? Not. Stalling the coalescence first. And now the illumination. So we're in 6 credits because we get a knickknack it. So we res the Masquerovka. You need to get through this. So if the propeller gets installed, have you Madani'd? I wish I could tell if things have fired. Can't. So if we res the mask, this is already expensive, right? This is 245. So that's 3 cards with Ches. But if we res the mask over, we're down to 7. We can still score out. Okay. So this is another 3 credits. So this is 10 credits to make this run. No, 8 credits to make the run. So it's 6 credits out of pocket. So it's an expensive illumination. This might make us credit short to win in 2 turns. We might have had to do the math. Because scoring out Basalt, I think, cost us 1 credit, puts us on 6. No, we're still able to do it. I'm actually glad we advanced this. Going simultip for a coalescence? Yeah. Daily flips, DZ, simulchip, stone chip. Cool. Now the axis. Great. Do we petty cash? No, we want to hide that as a secret so that nano management gets better because we're going to play the seamless anyways. Winchester, more like Binchester. Spin Doctor, more like, no, that'll stay there. We win next turn. He knows we have a nano in hand. If we don't have an agenda, that's the cool thing, is that we can Basalt on his turn to trash the top card of the deck. The problem is we know it's a Spin Doctor. So like, this is a really cool line, is if you're digging for cards, you can Basalt on your opponent's turn just to see more cards, because the card you trash with Basalt, you can add to your hand. So if we're just digging for a 3-2, there's only one in our hand and one left in the deck. We have a couple ways of finding them, which is cool. So if we lose the off the books from hand, we can always like rip 2 immediately, which is not a good line. But we can see a bit deeper. Oh, Gourmand. It doesn't matter, right? If we lose the nano, we get it back. If we lose the off the books, that does matter. So good 1 and 4 here. Let's see if he pulls a cup or something. Knick-knacking the coal. Break for 1 with Chesva. Oh no, for 2 with Chesva. Panic time? No, hit the nano. Fuck! God, Nuvem. I wonder if we should have Basalted just to get padding in our hand. That might have been right to like panic Basalt. We've been losing so many 1 and 4s. Nano, that's going to get ripped. That's fine. Nuvem did this. So Spin Doctor's on the top. Woof. Yeah, I needed that. We can still get it. So we can petty cash and we can still draw into a 3-2. Measured response. So the most we can do is 4 damage. Triple MR him. We're short credits, but it is the line. The thing is he has 7 cards. So we don't trash this measured. We put a spin in the remote server and we click for 2. Is that a good line? Triple measured cost us 13? It's not a great line. We only have one more 3-2 in the deck we can find to fast advance out. His money does run out. He's not on environmental testing, so it's all about like Unity Coalescence, or sorry, Muse Coalescence knickknacks. At this point, he'll sell the Principia, I think, but Propeller probably doesn't line up well against these centrals. Yeah, triple MR could work. I don't know what side Dewi's on. It's one of them. Still can't tell. It's one of the sides. All right, we're running it. There is 2 3-pointers left in the deck. Thinks he plays the 1x Harmony? No, I don't think so. Still alive. Spin Doctor still has a chance of breaking lock. There's going to be some games where the only winning play is you Basalt Spire to trash the top of the deck, hoping it's a Petty Cash so you can play Petty Cash at the start of your turn. How cool would that be? I wonder if we actually Basalt Spire. No, we don't. For a hedge fund. Do we value MR? Oh, just to get cards ahead? Maybe. Oh, no, we lose to Deep Dive. Fuck. We just lose to Deep Dive. I forgot. Yeah, this deck is on Deep Dive. Of course it is. Every shaper is. If you can't win, you can't win. Good game. It's not necessarily a good game. There's 2 3-pointers. Isn't Dewi full MU? Not full MU? Yeah, I just don't know what side we're on right now. So Deep Dive. Good game. God, a Deep Dive. I feel like I'm getting really salty at some parts of Netrunner. The parts where I don't feel like I can interact with. Like, there's nothing we can do to beat Deep Dive. There's literally nothing. I think we lost the Deep Dive a couple turns ago. The best thing we could have done is drawn better. Maybe we should have done a tempo measure just to play around Deep Dive. That was probably the only line that we have. Is that tempo measured. But yeah, you're not set up to beat this. Did I come at the wrong time? No, Eris, we've had a pretty good game so far. We lost to 1 and 4. It was 2 runs though, so it would have been a 1 and 4 into a 1 and 3 if we didn't lose it. Maybe if Tron imps the nano, Tron lays off the nano, but with Basalt we can get it back. I don't know, maybe we were meant to tempo, just because we do lose to Deep Dive. I totally forgot Deep Dive is something we should have played around. Chat, am I wrong? Am I whinging? 1, 2. There's 3 cards in the deck in 24. Tron had to find one of them looking at 8. Yeah, the odds are not great for us, but we could survive. Yeah, Tron just need to find a 3-pointer. Nuvem is feeling like fine. It's not feeling great. It's feeling okay. How are you doing, by the way, Eris? Nuvem is good money. Yeah, that was really good money. It just kind of feels like Zwicky-esque, though. Where I think I'd rather have speed than money. Please leave Deep Dive alone. Shaper is lost enough. I don't know. Doing great. Shaper knows what it did. I think I would be okay with it if it came back in a world where I had like a border control or something that I could do about it. But I don't know. Money, speed, and way. Yeah, Vicetron, how's it going? I guess it kind of is, but I feel like I like cards more because cards unlock more than just having the cash. I am drawing econ cards, so it's like it feels a bit different, but I just like seeing more cards. I find like seeing more cards is more satisfying than just having more credits. Oh, Zaya, that's a cool matchup. Winchester HQ, Logjam, R&D is fine. We have a spin. I think I'm okay with this. MR could have hit the deep dive. Yeah, Jason, I think one of the things we could have done is tempo measured, which is probably worth it if we realize we have to play around deep dive. I think that was the line, which is why I can't be too upset about it, because we had a way to just do tempo measured. I just totally forgot deep dive was a play, and I should have seen that coming, because I'm like, how else is Tron winning? We've seen no multi-axis. Thanks, you too. That's not a Devadata Drones deck. Shaper's a card draw in Tutor faction. If we had an econ card, this would be a better start. I'm okay taking two good ice against Zaya. This is 43 cards. I wonder if this is the tag me one. The argument for Nuvem versus Wiki is which mode do you take for Trank Grid? I'm taking the card draw mode for Trank Grid. I never do that, but like it's so different. The card draw on Wayland is so much better than card draw on your HB deck. I don't know. It's true. It's really funny. I was just two different sides of yeah, okay, well one of them is a 40 feels like a 40 card deck. The other one feels like 59. Oh, Petty Cash, sick. Hedge fund, okay. The Winchester is a bit of an ugly res if we just send it with Zaya. Hey, John, good game. I always play through one MR that buys a turn regardless. Yeah. Oh, you will pay for one? I think you had enough money to... I don't know if you had enough money to pay one. Good game, by the way. I got a bit tilted by deep dive at the end. I was like, yeah, okay, sure. I guess I lose. All right, Kickax. What are they doing? Logjam. We res a Logjam here, only gets a couple counters. We functionally res it for 4, and it will have 1-2 counters. I think we will risk it. SDS is safe. That's only 3 points. This is a credit. I'd rather have the credit here than on HQ. Fine. The experience. People wouldn't choose the credit so much to Tranquility if you had to trash a card for it, though. Yes. Or if HB had more cards that gave them econ. Penny Shaver, cool. Petty Cash. Hammer. It's a good card, but shame. And now we'll spin Doctor. Ugh. Masquerade Archives is totally reasonable against Penny Shaver, I guess. I like the rest of our cards. Mavirus in the bin's actually kind of cool too, because we could purge to get a logjam counter. I'm not saying to do it seriously, but we could. I want to preemptively ice up archives as well. We could advance one of these cards. We know he's not on Hermes, so advancing cards is kind of fine. And now the Penny Shaver Winchester does slightly something. So it's either advance or click for credit. I'll click for credit. We can advance the logjam later. We didn't res this, so I wonder if they think it's a BOAC or something. People take drink draws in PD sometimes. Yeah, you do when your things are not going well. Nice. So there goes the Penny Shaver. So this is 4 for ice. Sorry, for a program. Hardware. So we'll pay 6. And the run will technically paying a bit keeps the bravado out, which keeps 2 credits for Zaya. So we will pay for this. We have the petty cash. Icing up Central seems pretty important against Zaya. Obviously, we're not building a remote server, but I do think we have a bit of inevitability. Yeah, that's a good one. I spend a lot for that. Like, I spent, it's like 7 credits. Yeah. No, I spent 8 credits on this. So it's still good that it's there and it did its work. I honestly like don't even prioritize trashing the Penny Shaver that much because I don't think our opponent's gonna be running that much. They can trash that if they want. Yeah, he trashed it. Cool. Let's go. Basalt Spire. Why did we play this? This was such a bad click. Oh my god, wait, that was the worst click action I've ever taken. Draw a card, shuffle it away, gain 2 credits, we've already Nuvenged. Draw the seamless launch we saw. Oh my god. I was on autopilot. I forgot we played an event. That was so bad. I wish we could flip the Basalt Spire face up. 3 is enough. I'm so happy I was here for the worst click ever. On record, I want to get that clear. That was the worst click I have ever spent. That was awful. It was so remarkably bad. Mutual favor? What are we installing? A Kurapira? This is expensive. A Tremolo. Oh god, that's expensive. This is 5 to break. I guess we're on all our friends. Yeah, grabbing that before you class act probably isn't the line because you can just draw into it naturally. Speaking of the line, so we know he has a Tremolo. Winchester might not hold to a boomerang. Yeah, this is cybernetic. Step away from the computer for a single click. I hope nothing terrible happened at that time. Yeah, Jai, things are good. We have to make a remote server. I'm okay with innermost fly swatter. We'll put a hammer in front of it. We'll probably do that with a KPI. I wish we had a couple of those. So we'll just get those there. Don't worry about our money. Cybernetic gaming in this economy? Yeah. I mean, some of them are good. Eventually this gets broken for like 2 credits. That's kind of cool. Yeah, there you go. Trying to get into HQ and all that. That might be a bit much, but shame if we had another Lang Jam. Oh, man, we hit the Tremolo. I'm so sorry. It feels very Nuvem. Just they grabbed the Tremolo with the mutual, and then it got destroyed immediately to the Pan Wave, which makes a Tremolo good. They had 7 cards in hand. Oh, that's so bad. I'm glad that we both get to play Nuveng. I installed that for Tremolo Greedy Cybernetic. Yeah, he could have done that in the other order, but I would take a 1 and 6. So this server is 8. It's expensive. Mutual favor for your Cybernetic breaker and then getting trashed. It's very funny. Okay, HQ now has some pressure. Luckily, we drew a Masquerovka, which is pretty good. We'll draw for a hedge fund or something. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, we're good. We're so good. Imagine drawing a hedge fund there in 36 your Nuvem card deck. Good hedge fund there. Why are we not playing Armed Acid Protection? He says genuinely. Oh, it's back. I don't think he's going to make that many more successful runs. This is going to be credit negative. Yeah, okay. This card's definitely going to be credit negative by the end of the game. I really hope he has another Tremolo, or this is not going to be a really good Netrunner game. Off the books, Seamless seems good. I don't think we have to do a Spin Doctor. I think we just push this. Oh, there's 3 points in Archives. I forgot about that. Yeah, the most barriers are really good. Over advance it? Yeah, we will the Seamless. We could have advanced once. We know they're not in Hermes. That's probably better. I think like I'm just playing around. I don't even know, tread lightly. But Boomerang actually gets this. You must have more Fractors. Ways to get back are the wildest risk I've seen in a long time. Yeah, I'm hoping that he's on 2 of each. Or hoping we have enough credits for friend Sophia Ward. I hate to lose that. I think we use this just a tempo. So we get our Plutus. So we can get any card and install it. Off the books is actually like really good. Getting a Spin Doctor is kind of sleepy. There's 3 points in Archives, but I don't think running Archives is their priority. So what would he do if we go grabbed an SDS? We can't score it next turn, so I think we just go for another. Let's just go for an Above the Law and say it's in server 2. We don't care what happens. It's on the table. Yeah, Alex, I like Above the Law. I will deal with the Fran Sophia Ward. I think the conversation about the idea that Baz gives up Fran Sophia Ward to bypass ice is pretty gross. Yeah, Antil's also not bad. I think our money's okay. I'm worried, but I think he thinks that there's a lot of end the runs. The server's like actually not that great. Boomerang gets through it. You just have to shoot the hammer for 4. Or only 2. Yeah, 4 strength sentries are really bad into Revolver. And sell for 2 credits is like kind of sick. Okay, we're double down on sentry breakers. I'm not sure you're going to need to do that. Especially because now you have no money. You install her with Baz, the corp doesn't pay 1 extra. Doesn't give her up, she just gets sleepy. Yeah, she's summer camp. Get by exactly 15 in some weird edge cases. If you install her with Baz, oh yeah, for sure. All right, we have double measured. He has no money. If he makes a run, one last favor. If he makes a run, it could be pretty bad, but he needs to have fewer cards in hand. Penguin season finale. I have not seen that show. People say good things about it. Carpe Diem to make a run declined. Boomerang. No! Our Basalt Spire! That means we can... We're a credit short of doing triple measured. That's painful. Oh. I'm going to petty cash because we don't need the money. Yeah, it's binned. I would put up a virus on archives because it's funny. I think it's funny. It's like generally a very cool surprise. Like if I was my opponent, I would be like, what the heck is that? Like, what is that? An Angelique? Yeah, exactly. I'm going to res it for one damage. It matters. We have, if we even give the Basalt, it's triple measured. Yeah. This is sick. This is sick. It's Hokusai. I don't think we have to give the agenda because we still can measured. Okay. Purge. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Meant to spin there. If you don't mind. I got too confident with our Hokusai grid. So we'll put the Basalt back, and I'll leave the Nano Management in the bin because we can get to it. So I guess we'll just add the spin back. Okay, that's fine. We could give him the agenda. Probably it actually doesn't matter in the whole context of the game unless he like reprises, opens up R&D and just like totally ruins the game, which like could happen. Nah, should be fine. Thank you though. Purge, yep. Hit a revolver, okay. So we will do the triple measured. We will do the elevation gaming strat. I have not played Elf. We have to literally do triple measured. Like just the most cursed elevation line. We could petty cash. We don't need to. This is credit perfect, right? Oh my god, we don't have a Basalt scored. We can't triple measured. Top cards off the books. Yeah, that's fine. How do you triple? I was so carried away. I got carried away. I'll be honest. I was so happy. I was looking at Basalt Spire the whole time, being like, we got this. I still think that was fine. The issues we need in top deck is seamless. Like, maybe that was okay. Yeah, that was value. That was value. It was calculated. It was calculated value. It was perfect. Now he has no credits. You can click a penny shaver. Damon's proud. Okay, we need a top deck, a seamless launch. One time. Damn. Seamless launch off the petty cash. Oh, not like that. I should have been more clear. Oh, I definitely should have been more clear. I mean, fine. We don't need it. It works. Oh, piss. Hold on. Thank you, chat. You're right. I was looking at the KPI being weak advance. Hold on, undo. Can I undo click? Is that real? Yeah, I can. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You're right. Seamless launch. I have to be clear. So we won't bin it. Then we do KPI, which can clicklessly draw a card. And then we'll shuffle back the anthill. And then we place an advancement. That guy can go. Oh, I was so clear. It actually did the thing I wanted. We'll trash every card. Nothing matters. Oh, advanced score. Yeah, we got caught monologuing there. That's for sure. Hey, good game. It's a game. Tremolo loss, but it's pretty rough for sure. Yeah, Penny Shaver got 1 credit. I think that's what we expected. Yeah, that's a cool line. That's a cool line. That's a cool line. I don't play enough KPI like that. I just play it to gain 2 credits because I draw a card in Wiki and don't feel great about it. But that's really cool that we get the advancement. I've not used this to advance the score usually. I should have played it before Banwee. Yeah, probably. It was a 1 in 6, right? But probably. Yeah, I would take the 1 in 6. It makes better content sometimes, but you probably should get it down. I think the Tremolo would have broken the logjam for 4. It's like not awful. Maybe it's worse than that. No, for 4. That's not that bad. Like, Kurapir breaks this for 5? I think you get trashed by Panweave. Regular trash 21. Thank you. I didn't get Flylander through this time. Thanks the game. What are we doing on time? Oh, it's only 11? These games are not taking that long. All KPI 4 modes are sweet in this deck. Jai, I want to be very clear. I did the worst click in Netrunner of all time. So some of the modes are pretty bad, especially when you do them together for no reason. Apologies for yelling at my keyboard. No, I think that is the accurate response. I think if we if we continued to mess it up, we would have been okay, but it's way cooler to do that line. So I'm glad that we got there. Hey, Condi, thanks for the game. Sorry about the Tremolo hit. 1 Fabric. I don't know that name. Wait, but they're in another game. How's this possible? There's 2 Fabric. Weird. Padma, okay. What ice do we put on R&D? I like this hand. I made it to turn 11 this time. I didn't mean to tempo measure to you. I thought I had the kill. And I just started sending it, and then I didn't have it. Thanks, you too. All right, we have to rush out the cacophony. Yeah, I can hear the cacophony already. JNet should implement sound effects for like 3 cards in the game, and cacophony is definitely one of them. So we're going to get an ice on R&D, because then Padma doesn't do much. That's not bad. Question what we're doing. I think we'll just play Petty Cash and play slow. Off the books, I don't want to draw that. We put Spin Doctor on the table. I don't like Resonance and open whatever, and then we'll put that there, I guess. Not my favorite Spin Doctor. I don't like Nuvem. There are a few new sound effects. The Blink one is a Chef's Kiss. Wait, there are sound effects. I always mute JNet because I never play with sound. I did not know that. That's actually pretty cool. This is fine. Buzz Lightyear shelf meme for Padma Cacophony. We all meme about Cacophony Padma, but it's honestly super fun for me to play. I have actually enjoyed my Padma Cacophony. I just think it's like straight up worse than playing Twinning, but it is fun. Like sometimes fun is good. Oh, oftentimes fun is good. We're getting Bernard. It's fine. Predict to the bottom. Nano to the bottom. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I don't want it to be good. Yeah, I agree. I don't. Bernard's pretty good in Padma. It slows the game down, and you need the game to be slower because a boat doesn't move fast. What you read this is? It has to be a Spin Doctor. Okay. I'll draw it. Start a turn. We're not going to shuffle anything. Logjam's fine. Petty. Wall-to-wall. Fine. We have a wall-to-wall in this deck? Weird. I'm not going to hedge fund this turn. I'll keep padding in HQ because we've already played our 1 Nuvem thing, so we're fine here. We have no face-down cards. Logjam's pretty bad. I think I put Nano on top. Yeah, it's not a great draw for us. I think it's pretty reasonable. I think people don't put things on top enough. Oh, no Padma charge. But putting things on top is actually how you slow the game down. Planogram will not slow the game down, but Nano Management is a total brick on turn 2. Blink is like a Mario coin sound that increases in pitch the more times it triggers in a single turn. Wait, that is really cool. How high have you got it? Padma is always indicative of a fun runner. Yeah, usually is. Dag is also like a really fun card if you can actually have it fire. Okay, not a good logjam res, but it also only reses for 4 credits. We'll tree line this or something. I'm not sure. Cool. I think we'll play the Petty Cash. Top of the deck is a logjam. I mean, I feel like we just have to keep trashing these things. I think we're just waiting for an agenda. Got 7 installs on 1 turn with a double illumination. Your headphones break. They're not drawing a lot too, so I feel like we're matching their speed. But next turn we'll get 2 cards off the anthill and a clickless draw off of, or sorry, it won't be a draw. I'm so Zwicky pilled. We'll get a clickless something. I think 4 credits. So we want to have another ice of a different type and then hopefully push on top of the Malapert. Anything that we draw will probably jam. Second ice would be the best case because I don't know what Pudma's organic breaker solution is. I hope it's Cacophony. Should probably be drawing instead of crediting with our spare clicks. Did I just credit? I clicked for 1 credit. Yeah, we probably should have drawn first. This will fix it though. Winchester, more like Binchester. Okay, I'm gonna put a hammer on RD. Clearly they want to charge the Coalescence, and bouncing up the tree line to gain 1 to gain 2 is like sometimes makes sense, but hammer is gonna be hard to deal with. Orca breaks it for 4, which is not awful if they're on Orca. But if they're in Coalescence, they're not on Spark, so they'll have to like raw install it. This also might be on like the girls kind of package with Devadatta and Iru, so like icing up archives also kind of matters. Yo, they just trash Coalescence. You can't do that? What are they doing? Are they sample shipping? That is like a frightening sentence. Oh, why did they trash that? Now, where'd the Coalescence go? Yeah, you're not allowed to just trash your programs for fun. You have to install something. It's not a downside. It's probably not a good upside for them. But you can't just rip. To what? Additional cost to what? Oh, for the simul chip. Oh, that's the cost. That's the cost to use the chip, not install it. You don't have to trash it there. Yeah, okay. So they're figuring out simul chip. So it looks like a new player. So it's additional cost to use this hardware, not install it. So you can bring that back. You should have that back. No, not at all. Undo click maybe? Cool. It's really cool to see, especially firstly, new players getting to the game. Really great. One more time. But also to see like the sort of confusions that show up. Because obviously we've been playing the game maybe for a while. And so seeing how people, what they do and don't understand, what's not intuitive is like so cool to see. Yeah, it's okay. You're good to go. I like that ritual where they draw first is very good to draw first. Then with Petty Cash, NSG went credits first. Well, but of course. All right, send it. Oh, cheers. Welcome back to the game. I'm from Pre-Nasa. Oh, dope. Welcome back. Game's good. Still been great. We had a bunch of new locals as of this set. It's been great to see what their brains latch onto. Yeah, I had that experience last weekend with a newer player. It's like raising a BWAC by discarding an agenda from hand. And it's like, oh no, but it's also like cool to see how people read the cards. Yeah, bring it back. Cool. Measured, they could trash that. He has a Patreon. Sorry, Alex, you talking about me? All right, so I think we want to push it now. Hedge fund doesn't draw. I'm so used to playing hedge fund first because I think it was wiki draw, but that's not how we should be playing this at all. That's a bit better. In fact, I would say that's a lot better because this environmental testing might not crack aggressively. They can always simul chip on our turn, but I think we're gonna go for the hammer. 2 barriers like loses to like the very obvious 1 barrier solution. This is a bit trickier. So still this doesn't end the run, but we'll see. There are videos now. Sorry, Alex. All right, draw it up. This will be a really good score. There's a cacophony. Chat, do we trash the cacophony in environmental testing? One of them is emotionally a lot worse than the other. Chat, please tell me what to do here because I'm not going to have the heart to trash one of these over the other. Please let me know. You want me to trash the cacophony? Jessica, this is the game we're playing. Cacophony lose a Patreon. I mean, we have to trash this. It's their game plan. This is credits. And they already have credits. Don't you dare. I am not going to do it. Chat said I could do this. I'm so sorry. Lose a patron. Ah, sure, this is for you. I'll leave the bird. I'll leave the bird. Oh, sorry. I was meant to raise the Malapert. We got tilted. We got tilted. Sorry. One more time. Bargaining with chat. I need to res this, and then we'll score it. So we'll do above the law. We'll trash environmental testing. That'll probably be more important for us. And then we could grab a card back. I think we just go for a seamless. It's not good enough. Nice move. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then we'll just push the basalt. No matter what happens, someone probably dies. Gonna make them go through this torment twice. It was not the cacophony. This is the card they spent 4 influence on. Honestly, we're a hero. We're a hero. You're playing an evil mega version. Hey, Mila. Oh man, tragic. Imagine you trash the Kako on the redo. Yes, that actually would have been very funny. Like, actually, wait, no, hold on. This is wrong. Cool. They figured out the coalescence interaction. That's really good for them, as much as they lost their 9 credit card, but that's great. This is what I'm talking about. Local streamer plays as a returning player in the Torment Nexus. Nothing here to steal trash. If we top deck a seamless, we're good. There are 5 points in archives, but that's just like a holding bay. Cool. They took all their money, so they can't charge anything. This only charges if they steal or trash. So like they're really hoping they steal or trash here, because you can only charge cards that have counters. So the first cacophony counter has to be earned. Babe, wake up! A new worst click ever just dropped. Simul chip. Okay, I'm glad the testing is gone. Top deck seamless. No. There are 9 credits. Simul chip, it gets access. I think they're on Wolf Whale. I wonder if is this the early version of the deck I posted, or is this the other one that was up on NetRunnerDB? I wish I knew the name. The player was very nice. They were in the comments. I mean, I guess we after HQ just to keep them interested. Cacophony should be a companion. Yeah. I'm gonna get money. I'm gonna hedge fund last click. Don't at me. It's a hammer. It's good. It's fine. More money is so not necessary. And then we can seamless the basalt, and then we can grab the nano management, and then we can win hopefully in a turn. Good. Spec work. Never enough. I mean, at some point. Fortunately, Padma's fired 0 times. They're definitely on Lobi Orca, and like they just have to find it. If this is the one that is on NetRunnerDB, I think it's on Fermenter. But their money's not awful. 9 more credits would have been good. Oh, wow. It's on Hyperbaric. So this is different. So they're really into charge. I think that's sometimes the hard thing with charge. Yeah, there's the Orca. Is that so many of your cards need charge that if you play too many of them in a single deck, you actually end up like exhausting your resources. Where I feel like in Padma, it's best to have like maybe 2 good charge targets. As soon as you have like 4 or 5 that all demand charge, and Hyperbaric demands charge. Throwing at the echelon. Okay, so maybe the breaker situation's better. Oh, he drew the nano. Can we pivot an agenda to win? No. Oh, wait. Yeah, we can, because we can double nano. Yeah, actually more money makes sense in this context. Predictive, gone. Advanced score. So Malapert is a non-agenda card. So I think we go for the pivot. Then I'm pretty sure with pivot, if they don't trash it, we can go get an agenda. That'll give us 1 click. We nano, 2 clicks, install the agenda. No, we can't. You're playing Nuvem? Isn't your win con get 100 credits or something? So far, our win condition is res a logjam, and it's been kind of cool tonight. Logjams are really good. I think we're short to pivot into the nano. I think that's a bit too expensive for us. Can you nano twice? We can definitely nano twice, but nanoing twice allows us to score at a 2-2. Yeah, I was thinking with Basalt, right? Because pivot... Oh, this installs the card. Okay, no, it installs because we're on threat. Yeah, okay, maybe we can do it. Because we pivot to install, so we have the card installed. We nano, we have 2 clicks. We nano, yeah, we can do it. We can do it. It costs us 4, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we can do it. I forgot this installs a card. I don't play enough of this. So it just has to not be trashed here. Tree line. Did Tina get in? A cat has breached the cat barrier and is screaming as she is being not ejected, but like guided out of Nanoland. Where Nanoland, food has to be protected a bit more fiercely from Tina, this much smaller cat. Tina, you want to say hi to this stream? Oh, you can see Tina there, yeah. Tina, that's not your toilet. Don't go in there. That's someone else's piss and poop. That's not your piss and poop. You don't even see anyone else's piss and poop. All right. Well, where's Nana? Just not pleased with this. Mila says hi, Tina. Hi, Tina. All right. I think we have the combo. So fluffy. Legitimately tiniest cat. Mostly hair. Tina, don't eat that food. That's not your food. She so doesn't want to be picked up. She knows she's doing a crime. All right. She's been rescued. Are you cat sitting? Yeah, until tomorrow. It's been a whole week. It's been actually kind of tense because Nana really does not like other cats. And so we've had to separate the apartment and close doors, which this is more of an open plan to some extent apartment. So it's kind of hard. Air conditioning's in this room. So Maddie on the other side has been a bit less cool, literally. We can't do double Nano. Let's just try and do the combo. So we'll pivot. So this is fine. So grab an off the books. We'll install the off the books server 2. We'll trash an SDS. We'll nano. Trash this. We don't have to. We'll basalt spire. Well, now we trash the spin doctor. We'll add the nano back. We'll nano management. That can stay. Sick. I forgot installs. That's really cool. Hey, good game. We had 9 credits too many. Thanks for the game. Yeah, this felt like, you know, the Padma issue where the breakers don't come down so you can't run a lot. And so you're hoping to get pressure. The cacophony did not convert. So I'm glad we trashed the other one. It was definitely correct. Hey, thanks you too. Welcome back again. And it was Knickknack, Onacom, Catalog, or Environmental Testing Spec Work. So this might be like the one that was online because the one I saw was on Onacom. Maybe this is their own brew. Sick plays. Yeah, that's cool. It's a really cool play. Hey, cheers. It's 11:13. We can do another one. For sure we can. I haven't crashed out playing Nuvem. It's like, fine. I'm just trashing cards off the top. I think I've been lucky that we've always had access to a spin doctor. The measured responses have felt bad as soon as somebody puts down a stone chip, which I do think is like kind of, I feel like Jai maybe snuck this deck in right at the last moment before people were like, oh, I probably should play stone chip and everything. I think it's going to get worse. Yeah, Jai says, yeah. Now with the stone chip meta, like I'm cutting measured responses from everything and just trying to play something with the slot. I don't know what the slot is though. Got to balance, lots to do. Looking forward to catching the VOD later. Happy hunting. Thank you, Mila. Might see you tomorrow. If you're joining first on Marvel Champions, enjoy the rest of your week. See you in the VOD. Yeah, tomorrow my family's here, which is nice. My brother came up, which is cool. So we're going to go hang out, do dinner stuff, probably get puts in. It's going to be a nice weekend. That's for sure. Maddie said, did I say why? Yeah, I did. Slots can be business as usual. Cards like kind of cool. Purging is actually relevant. As much as threat 3 text is more relevant. Yeah, fermenters on tempo. The world right now, if we had Amakua, oh my god, would things be so different? But in the last meta, the fact that you could like purge an Amakua fermenter and jam in the same turn was kind of good. The reason I don't play business as usual is I got the nice business as usual alt art from Worlds, and then a local tournament organizer who worked at Worlds didn't get their copies, so I lent them my nice copies, and once he gets them, we'll send them back. And so I just not wanted to play the non like 90s or 80s one. A big shipment from Kaguya Believer. Flat, 51 cards. Okay. We have Spin Doctor / we have 2 ice. Cowboy Bebop, I think. Hey. Best of luck. Have fun. Keep. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's very kind. Oh, this is just a flavor text from the card. This is not unique flavor text. I wonder if that's the same for most of the new identities. It looks like instead of no text, it just rips the flavor text off the card itself. These used to be unique and made by like the community. People would write in their own, but it looks like we've done something different. Okay, Antil is an option. We could do Maskarovka, Antil, which if we face check, and then we could Afshar on HQ. I think I'm okay with that. This also plays low cards in hand, which is a bit more tricky until that. I'm assuming we get deep dove at some point, but we'll get salty later. If we res the mask, we're still on a couple credits, so we can res the Antil. I returned from rewatching the VOD. Glad to say I didn't do horrible misplay. No, it seemed good, Conti. Good game. No lat, dropping DZ, not firing it, and then we're gonna touch a card. The Salt Spire. More like Salt Spire. Am I right? Good. Good for them. Just sick. Sick has text. Good card. Great. Most important card. Fuck. I'm gonna start with the Spin Doctor. I don't think we actually res it now. I think it'll duck lat, but it looks like our opponent wasn't like rushing out lat, so we'll just put this here. Will I seamless for tempo? I don't think so. I'll just take money. We have to res all this ice. This is probably a bad Spin Doctor. Because he might run it. We'd rather him not run it, so we probably should have popped it. Especially now because he could run it, then we'll be on 5. I should have thought about that a bit more. The way you pronounce Maskarovka, I'm expecting there to also be a Femkirovka. Focus on the mask. All right, no lat. Nice, Maskirovka. So we want a 2-type server. We don't have a 2-type server. We'll find one. Give me Fly Swatter. Good enough. Oh wait, we don't have an agenda. And Bikarovka. What are we doing? Archives is 1 type. The scent is fine. Logjam we're going to have to do. The issue is stacking 2 berries is not great because 1 propeller gets through everything as much as it's a hard call, but I just wish we had something to jam. Slot is surely using the text on ID. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be playing. He doesn't seem to be playing the minigame as much, but he seems to be trucking along fine. Oof. Score slash and burn. I mean, like, I don't want to. Seamless for tempo feels bad too. I guess we can draw once. I can work with that. Do we nano seamless this for 1700 credits? I mean, probably not. This will put us on game point, actually. That's pretty cursed. Pretty cursed. It's okay. I didn't use the text on my ID. Zaya? I mean, it forces me to play in a different way. Take my sleep meds. Enjoy your meds. We can slash and spin and survive. Yeah, that's way better than nano. Seamless slash. We'll trash and use cold at rig, which is nice. I don't think they have a reason to contest this. Yeah, that's a fair bit cheaper than nano. This is 5. This is +1. Fuck. That's fine. Make logjam better. You're meant to whisper that. You're meant to say really quietly. Get the lat. Yeah, totally. Good they're checking. That's always a nice thing to do. Koge barrier. Simulchip gets access to SMC and Principia. Where did the SMC go? It became a Muse Coalescence. Interesting. We could spread out our ice. I'm okay pre-icing archives, especially when we're on 3 points. That might be wrong. Let's see if we can hit something bigger. Trashing the Muse cold pile is pretty good because it turns off knickknack and it turns off this also makes it not an obvious knickknack. Oh, I think we trash a fermenter for sure. Seamless. Until more like and gone. No, they can just simulchip that. Simulchipping this costs them a simulchip. Simulchipping this is much more expensive because it's credit neutral, right? Huh. This is 2 installs though for environmentals. We probably go for some MEU. And Mill was right there. I think we need the fermenter. Because this they can bring back with environmental double. Yeah, it's an interesting choice though. You spelled that like mostly correct. I think we'll go for the fermenter. If he feels like he has a simulchip for a fermenter, we're happy. This pile like brings it back to environmental testing a bit faster. I don't know. Yeah, that's okay. It's 1 less simulchip, which if they have to recur fractors, that's good. So we know that he's on Principia. I'm assuming that he might be on a Rising Tide or just Propellers as backup because this is usually not the fractor unless the deck is on like 3 knickknacks, which is another good reason to ice up archives. Okay. I hate that we have to do that first click. There's an argument to push the slash actually. We have a nano in hand. You really want to push this? I mean, it puts us on game point, but I think we have to nano. You're right. That turn we could have installed advanced the nano. I think that's a better play. Now installing and having to nano it is bad. I like your play better, Jai. The problem is we've committed to the bit. But yeah, install advanced to slash and burn in hindsight. It was actually pretty good in context. I need to consider that option because like his money is not, oh, actually with environmental testing, the money's okay. I think we just take a credit, but I hate that we're not developing the board. Ugh. Ugh. At least there, we could have put the spin doctor in server 1, but we didn't draw anything to push. Now we want to log jam on server 1 because we have 5 face ups and we have acid. That's it. Doesn't have a line to get 2 different breakers though. I'm assuming with Nuka he'll find one. Like Nuka installs something environmental testing pops. Simulchips, we've taxed out 1. Yeah, there we go. So now the server's not that great. I'm fine to res just to force some money out. This is 3 credits. We spend 3 credits. That's fine. 1 and 5 to be bad. Measured response probably will get trashed here on average. This is so cool because when you hit it, you might as well break it for 1. You're losing 2 anyways. Neat card. Okay, that gets trashed for sure. All right. Still holding on. Spin doctor. I think we use the spin doctor. So bring back a spin. And I think we'll bring back a measured in the bin. It's a bit scary. Should done in reverse order? Yeah, usually. Well, this gets you lat. This allows you. So not the worst. What do we want back in? Spin doctor. Might be a logjam. I think logjam is going to go well unless they have hush. Having a measured back is nice too. Yeah, we probably just have to get the measures back and not assume that Basalt Spire is going to go. Bring back the spin, but he's on 9 credits and drops him to 7. Yeah, but we only have a single measured. And lat will fire. So it doesn't do enough. It's worth keeping in mind, but I think we want that. Ugh. Ugh. Ah. Oh, we have a click left. Oh my god, I did that too fast. Fine. Bad turn. Definitely bad turn. Thought we had 3 clicks, we had 4. How's it going, by the way, David? Nice. This is going to get a run. That's good for us. Hedge now and try a second time for Nuve. Oh, yeah, you're right, because we didn't Nuve. That's worth something. I don't like to say that word. I'm never going to say that again. I'm glad we got it. We tried it, Alex. And I'm not blaming you. You're the one who didn't say it out loud. That was my fault. Just doesn't feel right. So see if a propeller comes down. Tide? Okay, so it's a Principia Tide. Keeping hand padded might be worth it as well. We're going to dodge. So now getting the hammer on the server is like kind of fun. With 2 O's. I'm okay with this getting trashed. I don't want these cards back. Cool. So we top deck another measured, we win. Never mind. Add descent? Nah. I think I'd rather throw out the petty cash. I'm so used to playing these first because of Zwicky, and I need to like decouple my brain from that. We need to draw first. Okay, great. Glad we did that. Why can't we play this? Oh, we're not on threat 4. That's why it's not highlighted. Any turn that we don't jam in the remote server is like physically painful. Tree line is expensive. Let's build a remote server. All right, if someone steals an agenda, maybe someone dies. I can't tell. I feel like we're just not jamming. We should be drawing maybe a bit more. I'm so used to playing an operation just to get Nuvem, but I think it's Wiki. It's not. Okay, that's good. This is not going to do anything. Not loading the Madani. Love it. Okay, cool. We can petty cash. Seamless. Okay, they're all gone. So we'll just put off the books on the remote server, and no matter what happens, something bad happens. We could nano the off the books. I don't think we need to. I think we just score this and then we'll be on game point. Yeah, someone will probably flatline. The EV testing will happen though. The server is expensive. I guess we could nano it. I don't think we want to. You could slash and burn it. I feel like that feels worse because this is another way that we win. And descent to slash and burn next turn. You think he doesn't check archives though? Advance. I mean, maybe. Nah. We spent too long on that turn. We should have at least advanced one. They were too poor. The environmental testing is definitely going to fire. Yeah, there you go. I think he doesn't have the money to run this. Maybe an overclock does. Game Dragon. Okay, now we have the money. So we can run last click. Still very expensive. It's very likely he flatlines. So the Boitada now we break. So the Boitada math doesn't matter. So we just have to make money happen. So this is 3 credits, unless you want to keep the Muse. If you mash break all, it's 3 credits, I'm pretty sure. Putting this on the Rising Tide actually saves a credit. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think we win. Unless we were playing Steel Skins. Looks like we're losing the Muse. Did we break all of it? Oh, this breaks for 2. Yeah, okay, so we broke all of it. Okay. So it's a bit cheaper. It was 4 credits. We're good. We should have it. Let's see if he gives us 2 credits on this. Nope. Shame about that money situation. Would be awful if your apartment exploded. That would be so bad. Boom. So that was a spin. I mean, could be worse. Boom. Oh no, it was worse. Good game. Yeah, we just need to spend the money. So no matter what happens, someone usually dies. I think that's the point. That was a fast enough game. We could have been a bit more aggressive. Good game. We're lucky we drew the 2 measured. Gotta do that math. Yeah, it's tricky. Playing Stone Ship just suddenly makes it real hard. Couldn't find my knick-knack. Yeah, so this is probably on the 3 Principia list, which is why it's on Rising Tide. So if they're on Stone Ship, if we're on 5, it goes to 6, and then he goes to 7, 8. Like Lat with Stone Ship wins. We can't beat that. We also probably should put them a virus in server 1 to do another damage and to make sure that we could be underneath. That was a better play. It's not click for credits, but install them a virus. Firstly, they would maybe not run it. But secondly, when they run it, we can do 1 damage. We can get a card out of our hand, a card out of his hand. And then if Lat fires to 5, Stone Ship to 7 doesn't survive. So that was wrong. We should have installed them a virus. Hey, cheers. Thanks for the game. Somebody dies should have been the name of the deck. Man, Basalt Spire on turn 1, like, you shouldn't probably have to make your priority that you always play an operation so Basalt Spire has text, but maybe getting to threat 4 quickly is good. Let's go. Didn't you just draw the measured? No, we had it. We had 2 going into that turn. I would saved him my NRDB's drive him. Oh wait, did we just draw the Mav? Actually, no, Joel, you might be right. We might have just top decked the Mav. And if that's the case, we played perfectly. No comments. Yo, so WD-40 rocks. Hey again. Ready for OTG? So we played against WD-40 rocks like a week ago. And WD-40 rocks played really well. And I didn't know the name. And so then they said that like they're coming from Magic the Gathering. They just picked up Netrunner. They've been playing for a week. They're getting ready for OTG, which is this weekend. Best of luck, have fun. We looked up their account on Magic the Gathering, and they actually have made like a fair bit of money playing Magic the Gathering. This is a very good MTG player. They clearly picked up Netrunner really quickly. So I'm a bit scared. This Maggie deck is going to be very much don't die, which will be an issue for us. We have ice. We'll definitely, I think, expend the tree line for the logjam, but we can keep this hand. It's not my favorite hand. Hey, Diggs, good game. I really need a Madani and Knick-Knack to get that going. Never didn't have it. Good game. Yeah, I'm worried about Stone Ship and stuff. Oh, Petty Cash. I don't think we play Petty Cash. Yeah, we probably. Gone. HQ, R&D. We'll build a remote after. Just go faster they can keep up without losing Magda value. Yeah, maybe. I just don't think we can push out the Basalt unless we draw at least a single Seamless. Because next turn it's like play the Petty Cash, install the Logjam, top deck an Antil. So we'll see what kind of Maggie this is. I think I'm more worried about Lily Pad. I think this is a deck you should practice going into tournaments. Every click matters in this matchup. Yeah. We didn't do a bad click that game, did we? Or that turn? Okay, Fermenter for free. Petty Cash. That's the perfect hit. Do you push Basalt? Gotta get the Basalt score before Doomring comes down. I think we just do Logjam. Assault Advance? We've already expended this turn, or we've already Nuvem'd, so I don't really want to expend. Gee, I need help. I'm not used to this matchup. Maybe we just do double ice, install the Basalt. Assault Advance, but then we can't score it unless we top deck. I mean, this keeps them busy, right? Keeps them busy. Next turn we can expend Advance. Yeah, I like that. So we'll just try this, see what happens. This Logjam is 1 strength, but it's more not so about the strength, it's about finding a fractor. Did 40 mulligan? They kept. Scary. We also kept, and our hand was just not terrible. It wasn't great. I feel like core mulligans right now are pretty brutal without Rashida. Top deck Seamless is really good. We have 100% hit rate on Nuvem. The world is difficult without Rashida. It's hard. It's a lot harder. Like, you need a lot of click compression off your ID ability, it feels. That's a problem. They might have a problem going through a 9 strength Logjam depending on the build. I mean, who doesn't? Okay. We probably expend instead of the petty cash. SMC. So expending also gets 1 in the bin. So that's worth like 4 advancements. So this will be 5 advanced. If we get it to 7 advance, 9 advance, you know, beats the propeller, that's for sure. So petty cash clicklessly. I don't think we need the money. I think we just tree line. We could start with a Spin Doctor, I guess. So we could do Spin Doctor first. Yeah. Double expend. Holy crap. We can do that? Wait, do we double expend? Thinking? How bad do we get hushed? So if we double expend, it goes to 3. Then it goes to 6. When we res it, it goes to 7. Not good enough. We can expend an ice over. Yeah, it's probably a bit better. So we might need a petty cash for credits. I'm not going to. Descent, great. Yeah, I like that line. This is 4 strength. This is going to be 5 strength. So that's 9 strength, which beats a propeller. Yeah, I like that. Just go fast. Basalt opens up a lot of play lines, as much as Stone Chips can be an issue. I'm pretty sure this deck is on this is D's deck, or something like D's deck, so I think it's a lily pad. Pinhole. Ooh, clearinghouse read? What is this? That's weird. I think they think this is a clearinghouse. Nah, it's just one of these. Just a Salt Spire. They have Stone Chip? Yeah, they can charge the Stone Chip for a prop counter. That's a cool line. Probably we keep petting the bin for the next Nuvem turn. Oh, shit. All right, our money's where our mouth is. If we res all this, we don't have enough money, but maybe Logjam fires. So tree line, they'll have to pull something for this. If they pull propeller, they have to Stone Chip for this. Oh, if that happens, we're in a bad spot. Oh, we play a dangerous game. We have clearinghouse for slots after measured. Yeah, maybe. You just install advanced events every turn. Yeah, I wonder if they see the line. Let's see what they pull. This is uncharted territory. What's the math on this? So this will be 3, 4, 5. So they're a credit short. Because they have to boost once. They're literally a credit short. This is the line I did to Will. Yeah, this seems like Gauss is a card that beats Will a lot of the time based on the decks he plays. I've heard from D2. It's like, this is the best card into the Will matchup at Worlds. I think we're a credit short here. Which means if the Logjam fires, we can score out. Oh, that's huge. So we actually can score out. We have a sick game of Netrunner. I like this WD-40 player. They're good. I can't believe they've been playing for like 2 weeks. That fermenter is an issue. I wonder if we should have purged it. It actually might have been more reasonable to purge. Take our credits and purge. Yeah, it might have been better to purge. I think we could have left it in the server. It's not going anywhere. That server is really hard to run. We have to remember we can use Basalt proactively. Fuck, there it goes. DZ, Maggie install, Cole, okay. They can use those counters. Oh, just so you know. You are permitted to take before Jaina doesn't let you. Yeah, I'm saying that just because they're a newer player. It's good to know that. I don't know if we sound I don't know what the term is, but condescending maybe. I guess we push Antil, Malapert. Spin Doctor's a start, but we open up centrals. The remote server is really good. I think we should jam an agenda. Yeah, exactly. Ooh. I think I'd rather push the Anthill here. That Anthill. I'd rather push that Anthill. I'm not comfortable pushing the Basalt. If we had a Seamless in the bin, I would have, but we don't. Maybe KPI is good enough to pull back with Basalt. The fact that we didn't expend this turn, we could have maybe Basalted for tempo to like grab a KPI. That might have been okay. I feel like we just need to go as fast as possible. So we generally games end with a counter on this, and I feel like we probably shouldn't let that happen. We should just use this. Yeah, the first Anthill was like whatever. The second Anthill is really good. Was D on Hush? I don't think D was on Hush. The server's good. Running spin. We will let that go. I think a Winchester here would be good. If we can KPI it. It's like not awful. 4 strength is good. Maggie doesn't have a link. So you generally have to break this for like 6 credits. 7 credits. I think Winchester remote is better than it looks if it's outermost. Okay, we should give up on the kill plan. We should just do tempo crimes. Oh, piss. Oh, piss. Okay. I think we basalt for a KPI. We play the KPI to get the Winchester. We install the basalt. We click for credit. Wait, we don't trash a card? Wait, what happened? Add 1 card from Archives to HQ. Use this ability once per turn. Trash the top card of the deck. Oh, we gain 2 credits. It just doesn't show us. Okay, so it's automatic. It's not an action because it's not you may. It's the first time. Okay, good. So we'll do KPI. We'll install Basalt. We'll install Winchester. Sorry, we'll install Winchester. We could actually advance the Basalt. Otherwise, we're getting 2 credits. We're going to need the 2 credits. Seamless launch off the top. We don't want to trash that. We can advance tree line. Oh, it doesn't hit a breakpoint. It will if the Gauss comes back. That actually might have been better. Malapert? Yeah, Malapert. Forgot we had that. It looks like a defensive upgrade, which is good. For the Biotic, yeah, that's how we'll close the game out. So scoring out costs us 3 credits. We get 2 back and a Malapert. So it costs us 2 credits to score out. Logjam is so good. This card is so absurdly good and it frustrates me because Advanceable Ice is just the worst. Yeah, of course. Ooh. Yeah, the only thing that really does with this well is Begamite or Hush. And neither of those are super common. But like Criminal struggles into this, D-Res struggles into this, but Boomerang doesn't do it. Botchless is not easy. Banhar is fine. The Maggie Fractor situation is pretty rough. Rohit, how you doing? Yeah, we'll see if they can flicker the Gauss. Like maybe they can do that. I'm not sure. They also don't know what this is, but clearly it's better than an Anthill as much as we could like bluff, but we probably don't. We know the top of R&D is safe. Deep Dive is also probably a win condition we have to play around. Resing the Logjam on R&D will show 1, 2, 3, so it'll be 4 strength. Ooh, Simultaneous with the Gauss, that's bad. Logjam's been feeling more annoying to deal with than Braun lately. Yeah, it really has. So they're going for the play. If they have an overclock, this is really bad for us. The Winchester's still really good. We're probably going to lose this. But the Winchester is really good. Oh, they have a lot of money. And they still don't die. They have everything they need. So this Winchester, you break for 5. F. Thought we had a window. We don't. They have the simul chip. He has a gun Z. This is not what we want here. This is okay, though. This will cost money. There's only so much of that. Break for 5. Good. Is this still great for us? It's like, okay. Oh, we get a card back. Actually, I like that. That's good. Gauss for 1. Okay, if we advance that, that would have been 2 more credits. And then this is still like 7. It's 5. Malapert, no shot. They trashed that, right? It's really expensive. We lose that. We can grab a card back. Choose a card to add to HQ. Is it wrong to think it's tree line? Because with tree line, we can make the thing better. You can ask them for action. We definitely will. And get a stone chip. Yeah, we'll get a stone chip at a minimum. Pivot? You think we pivot for an agenda here? Yeah, maybe we do. Yeah, we definitely do. Especially because we know we have a seamless in hand. We can't ask for action because we're not on threat. We could just like to mess with them. We're not on threat 4, so they don't have to do anything here. Pivot, we just jam an agenda on top of the Malapert. I guess we get an above the law. This is cruel. I probably shouldn't do this to a newer player, but I'm like, I'm competing. Trying to win OTG over here. You may think it's something else, but it's always the tree lines for public trail. It's fine. Oh yeah, I'll pass private. Cool, cool. Yeah, you're right. Actually, public trail could be real. Pivot. I'm gonna grab an above the law, I think. Wait, oh, we're on threat. We can install. Sick. That's Karovka, more like gone Karovka. We don't have to advance this. I think we just click for credits so we don't lose the deep dive. Actually, I'll advance this once. This seems relevant. That was a bit expensive. Maybe that was wrong. I forgot. Maybe that was wrong. Seamless is good. Trash Karovka. I'm so bad at this. I used to be okay at it. Nuka. Keeping them busy. The tree line advance matters if they flicker. Yeah, it matters for 2 for Gauss, for sure. If otherwise we're on 10 strength, so it also matters a bit for Propeller. I don't think they're on Propeller if they're on Gauss. Yeah. But yeah, this hits 4, so now you have to break this for 3 instead of 1, which that's a lot of money. I wonder if they'll just pivot to deep dive. Because we're on game point if we Malapert for the, for the nano. The problem is we don't have the agenda and we don't have the money. It's a start. We always could get money. Telework. Okay, I like that. That's slow. They don't even click it. Fermenter with Maggie. Okay. We could play the hedge fund. Oh, wait, we shoot the telework. Action. In theory, you could pop a stone chip. I have to ask here. But otherwise, we're shooting the telework. You're a magic background, so passing prior is more important. We'll res the Malapert for sure, but we can do this all in the same window. Can we actually? No, they can respond to the Malapert. How about now? Yeah, in theory, they can respond to the Malapert. I have to ask again. Oh, no, I could. Never mind. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. We can advance res the Malapert and score because we have priority. So we'll score this. We'll above the law, the telework. We'll search for a non-agenda card. It'll be the nano. And then we'll jam the anthill, which they think is the winning agenda. So they have to overclock this, but they'll probably just deep dive. Yeah, you're right. We can advance. I forgot. I thought we had to do it first. We don't. Very good. Very important distinction. Sorry if anyone got confused. All right, they have fermenter. We have the winning agenda, the remote server. We grabbed a nano, which kind of doesn't make sense for the narrative that we're pitching here. The anthill puts us on 4, which means we nano management an agenda out for 5 credits. Because nano's 2, and then we do basalt 3, 4, 5. We can do it a bit cheaper though, because we can nano to gain a click. We can basalt spire for KPI. We can get KPI for 2 credits and an advancement. So technically we pay 2 minus 1. 1. So we can score on next turn if we top deck it. Yeah, we can KPI, yeah. That one I caught. That one I'm aware of. We can just grab the KPI. Gauss is gone. Long live Gauss. I got so lost there. I'm like, wait, what's the priority window? I have to figure this out. It's like, no, just advanced score. You're fine. The first one was legit though, because they could have popped the stone chip, but there's no shot that we targeted 2 stone chips somehow. But if this was an Aziev, that matters because they can stone chip first and then draw cards and take different damage. So that is the one that matters more. If you wanted to sell the agenda push, we probably need to Malapert for KPI or Petty. Yeah, I agree. But I'm happier to have the nano here. I'm good. I'm good. Beller. You can just type it in here. So they're figuring out what it takes to break this, which is good. That means we're keeping them busy. While I'm at it, action. That's very good. This game is good. I'm glad that we stayed on the track of just jamming because you're right. Like late game Maggie is a nightmare. We need to just like push the game forward constantly. ASRN, we've been actually really enjoying Nuvem. And by really enjoying Nuvem, okay, that's overselling. It's been fine. It's been fine to good. I would say as a scoring corp in the modern meta, it actually feels really good comparatively. Piss. But otherwise, it's like, yeah, it's been fine. They can pop both stone chip to charge prop on the server. Yeah. This is a good check. Oh, they're not going for the Malapert, right? They're going for the check. GLC debate about whether it's rude to randomly ask action for mind games. I mean, we were doing it at the right time. We did one bad one, but we could have played public trail into line, I guess, but then they would respond to that. Okay, we lost our antil. So how much did we score out for? Now we don't start with 4 credits, so that's going to kind of limit our range. We can't just purge unless we top deck a petty. Even that we can't. Even has always been an idea I really gravitate towards, but I've never played. Gonna give it a shot. Yeah, play Jai's list. It's smooth. Okay. So we do credit hedge. That's a start. That was a really good pinhole. If we basalt spire, we can go get the KPI just to do something. We can also just go get the pivot and play the pivot to put an agenda in the remote server. If we purge, we're like still in 3 credits next turn. And again, to nano management, we need to have 4, 5, 6, 7 to advance. And then we get 3 back. So we need 4 credits. So we're 1 credit short. I just wish we had a card to jam. The problem is if we draw, we can't hedge fund. I wonder if we seamless the logjam and R&D for credits. Basalt pivot, then give the hedge credits. Oh, you're right. Basalt gives the hedge credits. I think they can run the remote server though. Like I would love it if we could basalt pivot and then install a different card in server 1. But yeah, we have to do something big this turn because they're going to have 12 credits next turn. And they can run this with Propeller, I think, with the double stone chip. So the best case scenarios would be if we drew an asset and then we just do Basalt, which trashes a card. Whoa, if Basalt trashes a 3-2, we win. Maybe that's good enough reason to do the Basalt. Because if Basalt trashes a 3-2, we just win on the spot. It uses a full prop in all the stone chips. And then you win. I don't think we win then. Oh, like maybe next turn. I think we do it. I think we just basalt and hope that we get a 3-2. Wait, but then we can't do it because we don't have enough credits, because then we actually do need 7. So basalt pivot means we basalt for the pivot, we're on 5. We hedge fund, then we pivot for the agenda. Yeah, it keeps them busy. I think that's fine. I think we'll just keep them busy. Oh, we trashing off the books. Now we can't make that play. So we can grab a spin doctor. So how many credits are we short? We have 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, that got so weird. Just shove it? Yeah, you're right. We just shove it. We have no reason to trash this. Somebody dies. Server 1. So we want to advance one of these more. This goes to 6 strength, which doesn't hit. This goes to 6 strength. None of those are breakpoints. If we put the next logjam, that drops us down to 6 credits. I mean, probably seamless the logjam. Yeah, that's probably it. Fucking logjam. Seamless to go to 7. Gently, how's it going? I had to Google some photos from Barcelona Worlds because I wanted to see the trophies for Crown servers, and I found a really nice photo of you and Vlad and I smiling in front of a banner. It was really cute. It was nice to watch those old photos. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, I think this is a breakpoint, but I'm not smart enough to do the breakpoint right now. Oh yeah, we had a good time. It was a good worlds, great worlds. So 6 credits. Fermenter's a click. SMC for propeller costs 3. Propeller gets through this for 3 charges. This for a lot of charges. They'll still have an econ issue. We could still top deck an agenda to nano score. But like just logjam every turn is good. They need prop and game dragon. That's the line. Oh, that's really good. Prop game dragon is so good. I'm pretty sure D's list, if this is D's list, was not on game dragon though. Because I feel like game dragon just does. Oh no, D's list probably was, because game dragon propeller for little ice is pretty good. Yeah, we get blown out by stacking barriers into game dragon. At least like high strength barriers. We'll see if they have it. D's wasn't okay. Big Brain was double seamlessing there. Did we have the clicks? Yeah, instead of hedge fund, we could double seamless. This opens up the nano line. Yeah, no, I get it. Take your time. Your time. Whatever. Okay, D's wasn't. I don't know if this is card for card D's. I don't think did we play that list? I feel like we played that list poorly. No, did we play that list? It was deck list of the week, wasn't it? Maybe I played it terribly. Somebody dies with 100% a better name for this deck. I'm gonna use a big logjam, figure it out. Like imagine this is Kurapira. Like how 9 credits to break the logjam? No, well, we lose on centrals. This is no runs on centrals. I wonder if they just go for a deep dive. I guess if they don't have a click gainer, they can't. But there's a chance like deep dive into Peter Shaw cooks us. Well, they'd have to break the Afshar, so they probably can't do all of it. We'll relax for a bit. How's everyone doing? It's almost Friday in 6 minutes. We've been doing some Marvel Champions content. I rebranded the Crash Space channel. It's probably too bright. There's a lot of white in it. It's like blinding. Oh, it's deep dive, right? They need deep dive and get an agenda on the R&D run, yeah. Oh, this is interesting. If we res this logjam is big. Yeah, I think we keep this Afshar though. They can't deep dive, yeah, because the SMC into the Afshar is too expensive. So I think we let this go through. This is the last overclock. No. They can't break log and Afshar. Yeah, we can't res log and Afshar. So I think we just res the Afshar because it forces a breaker, which is probably more expensive. I'm assuming they grab Euler, which is 6 credits to break the Afshar. Functionally. Unless they grab Nanook. Hold. We'll see if they SMC for a decoder here because they want to use their overclock credits. Yeah, if they get an agenda here, we might have a bad spot. Because here now they have to use the overclock credits. So we'll see if they get a decoder. They probably will. Or they assume we're on more barriers because we haven't seen one yet. But yeah, Unity makes sense. Are we cooked? Okay, they didn't steal an agenda though, so we're fine. Only ours on a player in a nook here. It's like a Spree Peach of Sean line. So scoring out from hand from top of the deck, which we won't get, but Deep Devil Shuffle is 7, so I think we're good. Don't we know the top from Nuvem? Yeah, I think we do. But that was like 10 minutes ago, so functionally no. The chat doesn't remember. No, we don't, because we trashed it. Oh no, we did. We saw it with, never mind, we saw it with Seamless. So if we res this, we go down to 5. To score out, we need 4, 5, 6. I think we can res this. They have enough credits. The thing is they only steal 1 agenda. Deep dive is 2. Show the dive. Draw. Nice. All right, we got it. Sick. What a game. Seamless. SDS now in the bin. Making sure I was on 7. A good game. That was a great game. That was a really good game. Thanks again. That was a great game. Yeah, we know what the top of the deck is, so the deep dive is a bit hard. But there's still a lot of agendas in the list. We score with 2 credits. We actually score out with less because Seamless gives us a credit. So we can do Seamless, Advance. We score out with 1, I think. Yeah. 0? Oh, yeah, because we can do credits Seamless. Yeah, we can score out on 0. Yeah. I just wanted, if they ever got through this, which I don't know how they do that now that they start running, is that we could top deck a 3-2 and still nano for 5. But yeah, we could do credits Seamless, which gives us the credit to score. Yeah, I think I'm... it's not that good, actually, because you only break 1 of these. I think I'm really scared of, what's it called? Game Dragon Plus. Or Hush. Lol. Yeah. How's it going, Lars? I don't know if I've said hi. Probably effed up the first time I ran your mode. I don't know. Maybe if it's a very heavily advanced card, you think it's a logjam. But they were only 1 credit off. The first remote run, you were only 1 credit off. I don't know if the table read was strong enough. I guess if you see a triple advanced card, you're thinking logjam, but maybe Pharaohs? I'd be surprised. Yeah, if it was a Pharaohs there, I think they're stuck. But if there's Pharaohs, I think we're kind of bankrupt because we actually have full resit for 7. So I think the run was just a credit off, but it does force reses. I don't know. A lot of that was overclock money anyways, but it does use one of their Gauss charges or like Gauss runs, which might be more important. That was a cool game. Nuvem's kind of neat. Kind of neat. I'm playing it too much for Wiki where I always do like, oh, transaction first click or operation first click, which I just should stop doing that because it's never right. As much as it shows you the top of the deck, but then, so sometimes it's right. Kind of wish we had 2 eminence in this deck. I think Jai is very strong about the not 2 eminence because we don't have any BOX. But not to score it to expend. I don't think I've ever seen anyone expend a BOX. But like, technically a Nuvem gets value. And it does make big log jams. I think when you expend it, it's in the bin when you res the card, right? Yeah. I was... Chat was doing the math, yeah. I'm... Hey, thanks you too. Good luck on the weekend. I think WD-40 is going to do really well at the weekend. They seem to be playing very cleanly. I've only expended Eminent in Eternal. Lol. Hey, cheers. This weekend's OTG. I think it will be streamed somewhere. I'm not 100% sure where. If someone can let me know in the next couple minutes, I'll put it in the YouTube description. But if someone can tell me later, I'll also add it to the YouTube description. Again, this weekend it is OTG, which I think is technically a CTK. I don't know if it's a bigger event, but it is it's OTG, which Orbs has been doing now for like 6 or 7 years. There's 3 Bay Area crews out there. Oh, sick. Like 3 from the Bay Area crew. Yeah, this is at the Game Center, formerly the Fantasy Flight Game Center. Many of y'all might have been there if you played back in the day. So this is cool. This is weekend. There's like cash prize money. I don't know if that's bringing out more people or not. I get uncomfortable around that, but I have no doubt people will have a good time regardless. All right, it's midnight. We made it. We got to get out of here before I turn back into a pumpkin. Oh no. Thanks so much to all these names here and more that support the Métropole Grid. I think there's one name that I haven't added here. Shout out to Eddie the Eddie for supporting the channel. That was a great stream. We'll be back on Tuesday tomorrow. We're doing a Marvel Champion stream. You can show up to that if you want. But all these names here and more support the channel, so we can do all this sort of content, live streams, stuff like that. I did some recording last night to get some Netrunner content, and I talked about it earlier on the stream. Not a good experience, but I think we'll just sit down and record some good stuff. We'll get some Ziki on the channel for sure, because I like this wiki deck, and I think we can do a deck dive for it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Yeah, if you want to support the channel, you can find a link to the Patreon below. Any amount of contribution, incredibly appreciated. But of course, if you want to just take a second to leave a like on the VOD, if you're watching this live or later, it actually does help a heck of a lot. It's the easiest thing. Subscribe to the channel. All this sort of stuff is free. So thank you so much for that. And to all these names and our daily cast patrons. If you're playing on the weekend, hopefully you have a good time. It's definitely a weird meta, and I think runner decks are adding a couple don't die cards, and so I think corps are going to probably feel a bit more cornered. But maybe that means that makes the scoring decks a bit faster. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Hey, Cody, how you doing? Thanks for stream. Thanks for dropping by. With that, we'll be back next week. Pat should be back. It's my birthday on Thursday next week. We'll see you there. But otherwise, hopefully you're taking care of yourselves, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Bye.